Ladies and gentlemen, it is Thursday, August the 29th, 2019. We are painfully close to September. I've already started to see a couple of leaves change color. I'm not happy about it, but, you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? It's another Technical Alpha podcast. We're coming to you hot and fresh, only an hour late for any number of reasons. Chiefly, I'm not going to call them out specifically, but tech support on, coincidentally, tech support on phone lines, not great. Just not great. In fact, terrible. And so we had to wait that out a little bit, and then I was even here a few minutes late to begin with. But we're here, and we've got lots to talk about. But before we get into that, I gotta move the camera over. We've got way too much on my side. Mr. Black, how was your week?
Another week. Another week. Went out biking yesterday, and I was telling Adam my ass is so incredibly sore right now. Good news, you won't see me sitting on my knees because it hurts.
It's too painful.
It's way too painful. I even got one of those seat covers, like the jelly ones. Didn't do shit. My ass is still...
It's a bad time?
It's like having hemorrhoids times 10.
Ooh.
On other parts, like just all over cheeks, like just everywhere right now. I am sore. I am sore.
Is it muscular sore, or is it more your ass is just not used to the seat?
I think it's just no, I think it's
Or is it like a combo?
I think it might be a combo, but I think it's more of like just the movement of
rocking on
the seat over and over and over again.
Those seats are not made for comfort, Jeff.
No, they're not. So my ass is going to get used to it.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's been another week. I'm moving in like 2 weeks. It's like 2 weeks and 3 days. I'm not ready.
You're going to blink, and you're going to be moving.
Yes. We got the movers, so that's good.
That's good.
That's taken care of.
That's good.
Most of the house is packed. Garage is not even touched. So that's that and this room and breaking down that vocal booth and then rebuilding. It's going to be worth it in the long run, but man, it's going to be brutal.
The upfront is no fun.
No, it's not at all.
So are you going to try and take these shelving units with you as well? Because, yeah, they're not even bolted to the wall yet.
They are. With Dad and I, we just screwed them into the studs. So we just got to unscrew them. But the new ceiling at the other place is actually higher.
Yeah.
But it's enough room. There's only about maybe that much of a gap.
Just put some boxes on top.
That's what we're going to do. We're just going to put, like, some console boxes or whatever and just, whatever. And I'm going to install more of these lights above it. Yeah, because those ones are just, they're super thin, so they go into the drywall. So you don't even actually, it's crazy how thin those are. They just kind of dig in the drywall, and they just kind of float, so they don't actually go through it completely.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
So so you don't even to install them. You're literally just pushing them into the.
You push them in. You still have to wire it.
Yeah.
But other than that.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're not like they're like on clamps. You can just basically clamp it, and they just pop out. They're maybe in deep like that. Not even half a drywall.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So
fancy
technology.
It's crazy how nature do that, Jeff. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then other than that, RP going well. Released a new song.
Yeah, I did. It was a diss track.
I saw that. Very nice. Very nice. Going back to your
the roots.
The roots.
Yeah. So that was fun.
Elements League.
Body bag. So yeah, it's been a little while since I released a song. It's been like almost a month. But yeah, it felt good to get that one out and working on some more music, and stream's going well and everything's good there. But Jesus. And the voiceover shit, man.
You've been pumping those out
a lot. I think I've done like inundated. 7 in the last 3 days or so.
Yikes.
So all like smaller shit, but that's picking up. But busy, man. Busy.
Nothing wrong with busy.
Busy is good.
Busy is good.
Busy
there could
is
be
great.
too busy, which arguably you're there.
I'm there. I'm there, but you know what? Honestly, I prefer it that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
For so long, you need
a break.
I need a break, but I love when I'm like overwhelmed with work because you know you're doing something right.
Yeah, exactly.
and then eventually you need a break. So like eventually, especially when I move, I'm just going to cut the voiceovers off until the booth is built, and that's going to take a few weeks probably.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but other than that, everything's good. How's your week going, bro? How is the new? Give us some update here. You got
no Tinder files.
No
anymore.
Tinder files.
No.
You just got.
It's just going well.
It's just going well.
It's just going well. That's all it is.
That's good.
We're exclusively seeing each other.
There you go.
Things are just going very well. I'm over there all the time. We're hanging out all the time. No, it's been going super well. We're going to be going out again tomorrow. I've already started to meet. We're at the stage where we're introducing to friends. So like I went over with her. We went to her best friend's place for dinner the other night, and so I met her and her boyfriend, and she's coming over this weekend. We got a family thing because my cousin is back.
You mentioned that last week.
Yeah, from Edmonton. So she's going to be going over that. So I'm trying to, like I probably mentioned last week, I'm trying to brace her for meeting that half of the family. She'll
survive.
Just the loudness.
She'll survive
alone. Oh, she'll be fine. She's freaking out a little bit.
Hey,
because
you're probably hyping it up a bit.
I haven't hyped it. I keep telling her, I'm like, it's really like if there was like a family you could just insert pretty much anyone into and things are going to be good. That's probably my family. There's really nothing like the worst you got to worry about is my Uncle John teasing the fuck out of you. That's about the closest thing you got to get.
Hell yeah,
get through. Other than that, everything's fine. So. I think she's just in her mind. Well, in her mind, she hasn't had to meet anyone's family in like years. So this is like it's been a hot minute. And everyone, like, she's already met my mom. She hasn't met my dad yet because he was away when she was over a couple weeks ago. And so she's just now she's thinking I'm going to be meeting mom again, but I'm going to be meeting dad. I'm meeting like the family.
Grandmother.
She's meeting the whole family.
The whole family. Hey, that's kind of a big deal.
Simultaneously, because everyone's in the same place at the same time.
That's a lot of stimulation.
It is. There's a lot of names to try and remember, right? And then
what? It's not even bother trying to. You know what? Only name she needs to remember is mom, dad.
Yeah.
Mom and dad, and those are easy.
That's easy.
Because they rhyme, and they're basically almost the same.
Jan and Dan.
That's it. It's about as easy as it gets. It's as easy as it gets, bro. Like you can't mess that up, right?
Yeah. Oh, she'll be fine. It's just she's just freaking out a little bit, but it'll be fine. So otherwise everything's going very well. No, things are good. So that's great. We'll see. We're talking about. There's like her friends are constantly going every single weekend, so they're talking about in terms of like trips. They're talking Cape Breton and shit in the fall. Okay. And so now I'm getting possibly roped into some
in the fall with all this other traveling you're doing.
Well, it's gonna be a busy fall.
Say, hey, why don't you come to California with me instead?
Well, it's in different months. So we've got TwitchCon at the end of this month coming, and then we're back. Early September or early October, and then
are you actually staying out the whole time? Did you figure that out?
No, because I actually in my mind I had it that the wedding was in the wedding was October, it was November.
Oh,
so I'm back. So we're there for TwitchCon, then back. October is when they wanted to do Cape Breton because they wanted the leave changing thing in the driving.
It's a good time to go.
Drive.
Yep.
And then my buddy's wedding in November. Which she may or may not come for because that's an expensive. It's a big.
Trip. That's a big one.
It's an expensive ass trip.
It'd be a fun one though.
It'd be a fun trip.
It'd be a fun one.
So we'll see. But Cape Breton in the fall is dope. So that'd be kind of fun. So we're just planning things out. So things are going real well.
Dope.
Press the fast forward button. We talked about this the other day. Both of us kind of like mind fucked.
It's crazy.
It's been like a month. It's crazy. We both feel like we've been in a relationship for like 3 years.
Bro, when I get in the new place, I'm gonna be having a house party. You got to bring her.
I'm okay.
You got to bring her.
Freak out about that too. We'll bring her over. Just bring her over.
I don't bite,
yes,
yes, I do. Yes,
yes, you do.
I'm a little forward, but
it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Her and Kayla can talk about
Does she
their
like,
shitty
she
employment.
Likes karaoke?
Yes.
Boom.
Yeah. Now, whether or not she's going to do karaoke in front of a bunch of strangers.
Hey, that's what karaoke's all about, though. You sing in front of a bunch of strangers.
Oh, she told me she doesn't want to drink anymore until December because when we were at her friend's place,
she got.
Well, first of all, it doesn't take very much. She's about this big. And she weighs about 4.5 pounds.
Okay.
And she never drank until she was in her early 20s. And so she's
zero tolerance.
And she's Asian, so she's zero alcohol tolerance. Hammered. So she got like, she had 4 glasses of wine. Just fucking dummied. Next day, just Shrek'd.
Just Shrek. Like throw up bad, or
yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah. So
that's the only shitty thing about Kayla when it comes to drinking.
She gets sick pretty easy.
You know, sometimes you want to get hammered with your woman and just have crazy fucking drunken sex and just do some dumb shit. But
not so drunk and you get the whiskey dick. There's a line.
Well, yeah. I haven't been like that in a long time. But I mean like a good you know, a
good solid
like
buzz
a good
on.
like a solid buzz on, like
sure.
a fucking buzz.
You're a little
you know
sloppy.
What I mean? Kayla though, you know, she could have like 4 beer or something,
just hammer
or whatever, and it's sometimes depending on what she's drinking,
just pass
out. It's a bad time. Like it's not even like you might if we can get into the bed at early enough time, have some fun.
You're lucky.
But then I got to deal with it for like all night because you got to get up and listen to puke and fucking like, oh my God. And then I have a headache and I'm a bit hungover. I'm like, Jesus. So yeah, that's, it is
a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. Sometimes you got to weigh the fun and the bad, the pros and the cons.
You do.
And when it comes to the heavy drinking, the
cons
are just a little. They edge it out. They edge it out.
Yeah.
They
so
edge it out.
she was. So we'll see. But her and her friends, karaoke in the Philippines is huge.
There you go. Well,
they go to a place on like. I won't say where it is, but they go to a place downtown. Her and her friends frequently for karaoke and.
All right. Well, this is it. If she isn't listening to the podcast, which if she is, well, now she knows. But when you come over, I won't say nothing, and then I'll say, hey, come on into the theater room. Check out the theater room. Like, oh, that's nice. And then boom, I'll have the karaoke all set up. Be like, oh, by the way, do you do karaoke? Put you right on the spot.
You know what? I'll even tell you what song it has to be.
What is it?
Careless Whisper.
It's
a good meme song.
Bro, I'll have Careless Whisper right up on the screen, and I'll have a microphone for her.
Press play into the saxophone. Dude,
I'm doing it. I'm doing it, bro. I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
It'd be fucking hilarious. Yeah.
And you know what? I'll say this: if she takes the microphone and she sings "Careless Whisper," bro, I'm giving you my blessing. I'm saying this
That's
is
it?
This is it.
That's
She's
the
in.
one.
She's in. She's in, bro.
Dude, if she's I'll even convince myself at that point. If she comes over and sings "Careless Fucking Whisper,"
she's in.
That's it. Yeah. So anyway, weeks go. Oh, No Man's Sky. Played a bunch of that.
Yeah,
that's the rest of my week is just playing No Man's Sky. That update is fucking fire. If anyone has ever considered hopping into the game or going back to it, this is definitely. I've said it last update, but this is for real now. They've completely overhauled the beginning of the game to the point where you can't possibly fuck up. The UI is way better. There is no more endless grinding. You don't have to be fucking with the inventory constantly. All of the basic elements like carbon or whatever else, all of the slots in your inventory can hold up to 10,000 each. So there's no more like in the early game, you have like 5 slots to your inventory, and you're like, okay, 3 of those slots are going to be carbon, and they can only hold 250. And then you're like constantly fucking around with your inventory. There's none of that anymore. You go out, you just collect whatever the fuck. You collect like a madman. And you just don't have to worry about that shit anymore. The UI in terms of how it delivers the early game quests to teach you everything. You actually get properly fucking taught everything. Whether it's building, including the new systems for powering things, or the multiplayer. They completely integrated the multiplayer hub into the storyline. So now it's part... You just learn about multiplayer as you're doing the story campaign. Everything from learning how to build things. There's now tech trees and shit, so you're not just guessing or like pressing an RNG button to see what blueprint you're going to get. There's like fucking tech trees for everything.
Damn.
It's a completely different game.
Damn.
Top to bottom.
Damn. They needed to do that because
before... Well, it was rough as fuck. Multiplayer is at a point now where I didn't even realize was happening. Mr. Miyagi hopped in and out, like I was telling you before we started the podcast, seamlessly. I didn't have to do anything. He just showed up. We were talking. Microphones were on and everything. We were chatting. He was off on another planet. He showed up on mine. I came across his ship. He's walking around. We were do whatever the fuck you want.
That's dope.
And you even in the bottom, you get to see, like, if you're on different planets, you'll see, like, a log of what the other people in your session are doing.
That's dope.
And also they can like mark locations. And
now,
shit.
can you share resources and materials and stuff, or is it like
I haven't tried yet, but I think there's got to be some,
because that'd be really dope too. Like if you could help each other build like a big fucking
you can definitely
thing,
do that.
or if it's like, hey man, I got no fucking oxygen or whatever. Can you give me some of that, or
I think
some sort of mineral? Because
I know you work. You obviously they want you to work together to build bases and shit. So resource sharing would definitely be something that you do. I just haven't.
Are you able to go on somebody else's ship with them?
I think you can go on their freighter, which is like the big ass fucking ships that you can hold other ships on. But I don't know if they have ships yet.
Or you can just use
two-seaters.
Yeah, see, that'd be cool if you could hop in the same fucking ship. And just take off and go.
I'm sure that's something they've thought about.
Yeah.
And they just completely overhauled all the ships for VR, and all the ships are much bigger now, like visually from the outside as well. So I'm sure at some point, especially since now multiplayer is like 32 people and everything, that they'll come up with two-seater ships. It might not be every ship. It might be something you have to like actually go out and find, because you can keep multiple ships. I think you have up to 6 in your inventory. And you can summon any one of them anytime. Any planet you're on, you just go into summon and you choose which ship you want. You press it and ship shows up.
Nice.
Comes down to the sky.
Nice.
So I think that would be really cool too, for sure. But yeah, it's dope. I've been really enjoying it. The beginning is a totally different experience. Technically, it runs like butter. I'm running it 4K, 60, completely maxed out, every setting turned up, all the way, and no issues.
It actually looked pretty fucking stellar too.
It looks fucking like on stream. You can't get everything on a stream, but you see that shit on like your own monitor, and you're at home, you're playing the game. My God, that game looks fucking really, really good. And it's like it almost sounds like a slight every time I say this, but when you remember that everything is procedurally generated, it makes it even more impressive that it looks as good as it does.
Yeah.
Because you know it isn't something that somebody went in and
manually put it down,
fucking around with shit.
It just looks beautiful.
It just looks fucking dope
by default.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is just as it makes it even more impressive. So yeah, No Man's Sky. Definitely give it a look-see. Maybe wait until it's on sale if you want to pick it up when it's on sale. But at this point, if this game isn't worth the $60 Canadian or whatever that they're asking for it, you are never, literally, never going to be interested in No Man's Sky.
I don't think that's even the conversation anymore. I don't think anybody's complaining about anything at this point.
Somebody did complain about it being $60 in chat when I was streaming the other day.
Well, I mean,
I was like,
can't please them all.
I was like, bro,
can't please them all.
What do you really want here? You just what are you looking for? You're just not. This is not your game.
Yeah.
Stop. That's like the weird thing about No Man's Sky is that there's a whole bunch of people, I think I've mentioned this before, it's like they want to like the game, but they just can't get past.
Well, they can't let themselves like it because of the bullshit that went on before,
because they'll feel like they're a hypocrite.
Exactly.
Like, I just burned it forever, but now that it's a really good game, I can't possibly go back to it because now I'd look like a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Like, just fucking play the game.
Yeah.
You obviously want to play it.
Let it go.
Just let it fucking
go,
bro.
Just let it go, bro.
Okay.
They fucked up. They owned up. They fixed it. Let it go.
Better than any company I think I've ever seen in gaming industry before.
Just let it go.
Just let it go.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Everything will be okay.
Everything will be okay.
No one thinks you're a cuck. It's all right. You'll survive. What's going on in gaming news, Adam?
Other than the No Man's Sky thing going really well, we got a few things. We got a lot of similar toned things in terms of sexual harassment back on the menu.
Great.
Well, weeks and weeks ago now, I can't remember how long it was, but remember that there was a bunch of Riot employees did a class action lawsuit against Riot for Riot being Riot. Like the sexual harassment internally, the bro culture that was like super well documented.
Yeah.
So there was that class action that went through. Well, we found out that Riot settled on that class action, which tells you immediately guilty as fuck.
Rip.
And there's still a bunch of others like that hasn't been settled yet or hasn't been sorted out, but this specific one for the class action, they settled on that one, bro. So they win, the girls win, good job, go get them. Fuck Riot. So that happened. So that was actually, it's positive news.
Yeah, that's good news.
Out of a negative situation, we get some positive news.
Hey, females are being harassed at the workplace.
Yes.
Get fucked.
Yeah.
No one's feeling bad for you. Just get wrecked.
It's just so I'm a guy and we grew up with some fuck boys.
Mm-hmm.
Real bad fuck boys. But I don't know how many of them were as much of a fuck boy as some of the guys that you end up hearing about.
I can say virtually none of them. Like, I mean, there might be one or two dudes that I know that I grew up with
that were truly that crazy?
Were truly that much of a cuck.
Yeah.
And there's like, and I don't even talk. I don't like.
No, you don't associate.
I don't
with
associate
them,
with them,
but just even knowing them.
Yes.
So like, on Twitter today, I saw who was she? Some sort of management. I can't remember what company it was for. Anyway, she's in gaming. Anyway, it was a retweet from somebody that I saw, and it just happened today. And she's walking down the road at like 10 o'clock in the morning. And she had just turned her camera on to videotape. It wasn't like to get the guy, it was just to get the audio. Because it was a tail end of the conversation where this guy had been following her for like an extended period of time, trying to get her number. And she had said about 1,000 times, no. And in this conversation, he's like, but why? And she's like, because I just don't want to. And he's like, well, and then he won't even take that as an answer. It's like, well, there's got to be a reason. So there's something wrong with me. And he just keeps having this conversation. Followed her pretty much the whole way fucking home. At 10 o'clock in the morning on a fucking Thursday. And that seems like a fringe case, but bro, I'm hearing more and more.
That probably happens all the time, bro. Yeah.
And fucking more. And just like, who are these guys? How fucking stupid do you have to be to follow somebody home in broad daylight, badgering them because your cuck ass just can't take no for an answer? That's fucking scary, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That's fucking scary.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking weird people out there. And it's a weird world.
It's fucking wacky.
And guys will be guys.
Yes.
And you know what?
And that's not an excuse. That's just the reality of it.
That's just the reality, bro.
Is that they're fucking crazy.
Yes. You listen, as much as I am for a two-way street, I don't know. I have never heard of a case where a woman is following a dude home.
Not taking no for an answer.
Not taking no for an answer. It doesn't really happen, bro. I'm sure there's an exception. Because there are crazy bitches.
There are rape cases for men. But in terms of something like this,
that is
rare. And it's rare for a reason, right? It's rare, it's rare because men are bigger physically. Men are bigger,
yeah. It's like, get the fuck away from me.
There's no fear. There's not as much. There's not no fear. There's not as much of a fear factor involved.
Exactly.
Whereas with, it's like my girlfriend at the gym.
Yeah.
Dude, forever, coming up to her all the time, follows her around from equipment, watching her and shit, asking her number. She's like, no, I'm not interested. Oh, this is even before she met me. He's still doing shit. Some fucking roid junkie. Some like 5'9" white dude roid junkie. With probably testicles the size of raisins.
Yes.
And he just can't take no. He just follows around. He creeps all the time. Like, who the fuck are you?
A fucking creepy moron. That's what it is.
That's fucking weird, bro.
Dude's on the juice, bro.
It's fucking weird.
He's in there trying to get his gains, bro. He's trying to get his gains.
It's because apparently that's all he does.
That's all he does.
Just go to the gym.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right? Little big man syndrome.
But it's so. In relation to that, unfortunately, the last person that I wanted to hear, or one of the last, because now it's going to ruin this shit for me, and I fucking hate it. It's kind of like when R. Kelly, like for people that like really liked R. Kelly, like now you can't listen to any of his music anymore.
It does hurt.
Okay. Jeremy fucking Soule, the guy who did pretty much all of the Elder Scrolls music, Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, Guild Wars, and many other soundtracks that are like our childhood and beyond. Dude, the receipts on this one, where did I link it? I did, right there. You can see her post. Dude, the receipts on this one are fucking miles long. The detail. It's not even a we should wait until he's proving it. Unless this is the most well-orchestrated long game, playing the long game on this shit, because this shit's like 2000, I think she says like 2004, 2006. The long game on that would be insane. Raped her. And on top of that, at least one other accusation of sexual harassment has come up. He's denied all of it. But, dude, I read at least 80% of that blog post because it got so long, I felt like I was reading a novel. And I had already gotten the gist of it. I got 80% of the way down, and I was like, now from this point forward in the article, it was just confirming what I had already. It's unless he's got some serious counterclaim to the list of shit that girl put up.
He's in trouble.
He's in some shit, and he's fucking if what she's saying is true, allegedly, he is one creepy motherfucker. He's talking about stuff like, and she's talking about how when they first started getting together, and she made it very clear, apparently, when they met at a Christmas party with BioWare, I think it was, because they were in Vancouver at the time, and they hit it off because they were both artists, and started talking outside of work and stuff, but she made it very clear she just wanted a friendship. She wasn't interested in a relationship, just friendship, made it super clear. He was like, cool, whatever, they're talking, this goes on for some time. Most of what he was talking about whenever they were together was like how women like did him wrong and all this other shit, and like how like they were always like fucking with them, and how much power women have over men with sex, and this weird topics and whatnot. And then eventually he gets into like talking about how sex plays this like massive role in how he like makes his music, and how he's written entire like songs based on sexual like interactions with women and shit, and how he like needs it in order to be able to like, you know, do his job properly because music is so sexual and all this shit. And then she eventually turns him down, and then he does not take no, and then she just said, then the next line was like, and then he raped me, and that was it. And then after that, when she's still trying to like do all this because she needs this job, she just goes back into work, whatever the fuck, because she was also from the States. She's on visa. She didn't want to fuck anything up, going to the police or anything like that. So she finds out afterwards, she's in the office, and they're talking about how like Jeremy's talking to the lead there, trying to convince that, you know, they have to keep her on contract. She should totally be here. You know, if she has any, if it's a living issue or money issue, it's fine. Come stay with her. She can live at his place. And she's hearing all this from a distance. She's like,
no, it's a hard pass. It's a hard pass.
So that I would definitely, if you guys, I'll post it in chat.
Yikes! That's a Nova yikes.
That's a
Nova yikes.
I would read it. It's a bit of an indictment on Jeremy. It's also a bit of an indictment on the entire company there at the time. And she was like, I have no idea how anything ever gets done at that fucking company. But like she outlined like how she wasn't getting paid, how they were like dicking her on money, how like shit she was getting treated in general, and then like this to happen and whatnot. But it is the amount of emails, the amount of shit that she has in that blog post. Again, unless there is, because she's showing like both sides to conversations, unless there is some sort of crazy fucking counter to this. And then unless for whatever reason, this singular individual has been holding on to all of this for 13 years.
Yeah. I smell another settlement coming. And jail.
And Jeremy's not been looking so hot either, right? Because he did a Kickstarter thing at some point not long ago where he for a new album to just do his own music, raised like over $100,000 or something like that. Never fully completed on the Kickstarter on that shit. Still hasn't finished that up.
Nova yikes.
So he's not looking good.
Nah.
And that makes me sad because the Morrowind soundtrack is like one of my favorite.
Good news, I don't play it, so I'm okay. You, on the other hand, if this ends up being the truth, it's gonna be tarnished just a wee bit.
Salty. It's like the last person I would have expected. Not because I know him, but it's just like it's such an out and left field.
I'm not gonna lie, I still listen to Bump and Grind, and I Believe I Can Fly. I know.
I Believe I Can Fly is fine. Bump and Grind, I mean, that's a rough one to fucking.
No, you know what the rough one is? Age is just a number.
That
my friend.
Yeah.
I listened to it once since the shit went down, bro, and then you just hear the song completely different. You listen to the song.
The title of the song.
Yeah, bro, and it was all about like his Aaliyah being underage and shit. When he like, it's a messed up. It's messed up.
Oh my god.
Anyway, do we have any non-pedo, non-rapey type stuff here in gaming-related news?
Let me see here, just to make sure. Yep, I think that's it. We passed it.
Great.
We're past that stuff.
Good.
Onto some lighter fare.
Awesome.
WoW Classic.
Yes.
Over 1 million viewers on Twitch on launch day.
That's a lot.
Now, some of that is because literally every streamer on the platform was playing it.
Yes.
And so that's going to inflate the numbers dramatically.
Yes.
But Asmongold had like 350,000 people watching him at one point.
It's pretty crazy. That's huge.
That's big, and it's still doing over 250K pretty much at any given moment.
It's at 459 right now.
It was like 4 o'clock in the morning last night.
Yeah.
Boys, it was at 255 or something thousand.
If you are a big streamer and you are known for WoW, right now you are cashing checks.
Fucking smiles,
bruh.
Except for the queue time. You're not smiles.
Yeah, no, you're not smiles about that, but Jesus. Listen, hey. I've already said my piece about what I think about WoW Classic. Yeah. I think it's going to be... it's
going to be a no from me.
It's a no from me. But, I mean, I actually think it's not going to do so well in the long term.
Oh, this is definitely a short-term thing.
I think it's a short-term thing.
Lots of money going to be made in that short term.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what? It'll still be around for a long time. And the people that love Classic are going to play it.
I think this is going to create a really super strong small community.
Yes. Yes.
And then the people at the top of the food chain in that community are going to do real fucking well.
Yes. But like other Blizzard past remakes and things, and it doesn't translate well because people then realize like what's going to happen when it's going to boil down to what they do when the content is then beaten from Classic. Because
like how much in-game grind in WoW Classic do you really
want to do?
Yeah.
And are they going to start updating it and creating this entire new version of WoW? You know, are they going to come out with expansions?
You're going to remaster all the expansions one after the other?
Exactly. Like if they do that, there might actually be some premise here. Also, we all see how well old school RuneScape does. Mm-hmm. In fact, RuneScape 3, which is the newer version, I'm not saying nobody plays it, but
you don't hear about it.
Yeah. Everybody, the diehards, the classics, they prefer to play old school RuneScape. I don't think that's necessarily what's happening here because WoW has been around so long and normal WoW is the bigger version and not the reversal. I'm not saying that can't change, but I think it's highly unlikely. I'm not going to come off like a hater. It's not for me. I'm happy for the people that are enjoying it, you know, when they come out with Warcraft 3 remastered. I'm going to play that for a bit, check it out, see how well it does. I also think that in itself will also last a month or two of being very popular. People will do very well with it. There'll be a community that will gravitate towards that and utilize it. But for the masses, I don't think it's going to go very far. But, hey, if this can even go and be a third of where it's at right now for the next 6 months to a year, Blizzard, congratulations.
Well done.
You did it, right?
The thing about this that will give it more longevity to a degree, even though people have no life the shit out of this game since it came out. I'm waiting to hear about somebody dying from sitting in their chair. I'm just actually waiting for it.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't happen.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't happen. But is that things move so much slower in this game that for like somebody who's even a streamer that's playing it like semi-casually, it's going to take a while to get to the end game, and an even longer time I think for people to get tired of it because people will enjoy grinding for mounts and grinding for gear and whatever.
It can work both ways. Like here's the thing, I played RuneScape for a year, and it is without a doubt the most grindy thing I've ever
doesn't get much grindier than classic RuneScape. Yeah.
And you know what I've learned from the RuneScape community, they love the game so much. They're also grinding, so they'll tune in and watch you literally destroy the same fucking creep or whatever for 8 hours a day, 7 days a week. And as long as you're entertaining, you can hold a conversation, you can hold their attention to some degree.
Your background noise, bro, because they're doing it at the same time.
And that's the thing with WoW Classic. The people that are watching WoW Classic are likely also playing WoW Classic.
While I'm playing No Man's Sky, half of the people watching me, I'm playing WoW Classic on the side right now.
Exactly.
So they have something as background noise.
That's all.
It's grind.
That's all it is.
It's grind,
bro. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And so there is a world in which, and you know what? I'll be honest. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see WoW Classic eclipse the old WoW and have the community that have been crying for it Not to have official servers, to have official backing from Blizzard to do this, and them not fuck it up, for them to make WoW great again or bring it back to its roots and make it the more popular version, and run with it. Do I think that's going to happen? No, I don't. From what I've seen,
there's diminishing returns for Blizzard to be doing that kind of shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, we'll see what happens. It's doing great. I'm happy for everybody involved. It's great for Twitch. It's great for people that are into that. It's good to see. And you know what? And another thing is, I'm happy to see Blizzard follow through and not fuck something up.
Yeah.
Because out of just about every single person that I've seen tweet out about Classic, everything, they all love it.
Yeah.
I haven't heard any.
Other than the Q jokes.
Well, yes, but dude, the entire fucking world's trying to play this, right? That's inevitable.
Yeah.
And that will die down as the game starts to die down a bit. But I haven't seen anybody go, you fucked this up, you changed this mechanic, you added this, we didn't like that, we don't like this. It's all been... It's great.
You know why? Because they didn't change anything.
Well, that's it. And as long as they stick to their guns and they do that shit and they don't put in some weird, pay for this thing or adding in this new mechanic or adding in different content that wasn't there before or whatever, and they keep it as the way classic, because that's the whole thing. That's the whole.
It's the whole point.
That's the whole point of it is to keep it classic, and they're doing that. So, out of all the shitstorm Blizzard's been through over the last 2 years, finally they're doing something right. And congratulations! As much as I want to hate on Blizzard right now, I got to give it to them. They didn't fuck this up, and this could be the first of many good things to come from Blizzard to start saying sorry to a community without saying sorry, but showing the community that, listen, we're listening to you. We're going to start making good. We're going to start bringing back old Blizzard, and this is it. I know. Okay.
I like the enthusiasm.
Thank you.
I'm there.
Okay.
I like the enthusiasm.
All right.
It's not going to happen, though.
No, it's not.
But I like the enthusiasm.
Hey, at least I got WoW Classic.
I'm there for it.
Okay.
I'm there for it. It's WoW Classic. Warcraft 3, probably going to be similar in how it turns out to be good. But as soon as the Diablo thing kicks back up, all of what you just said, right out the fucking window. It's all gone, bro.
I agree.
It's all fucking gone.
I agree.
I think one thing that I'll be interested to see in the community is if people start to talk about, with the expansions. Like, some of the expansions go over well with WoW, and others didn't. For any number of reasons. And in the discussion of remastering the other games in succession seems a bit silly, but so much in the expansions, it's almost like when you do a WoW Classic, you go, okay, how could we redo it all? But after that one with the expansions, with everything we learned over 15 years from the community and otherwise, could we technically redo WoW in the long term? Because there's obviously still a community that's not insignificant, millions of players.
Yeah.
So monetarily speaking, it's there.
Yeah.
Where we could redo WoW and the expansions, but
classic
better this time.
Bring it, dude. I'm telling you right now what they could do.
Like, press the restart button with WoW Classic and make no changes to the classic WoW.
Exactly.
But then if you're coming out with, if you're redoing the ones that came out afterwards, where people had a lot of issues with changes and stuff, maybe you take this as an opportunity.
Fix those issues.
To fix them.
Keep it classic. Can you imagine, with all the hype that's going on right now, if Blizzard tweets out, has a press conference, whatever, and goes, hey guys, we are overwhelmed with how we can't believe how
our servers are also
overwhelmed. Are dying, but we're going to add more servers.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, and guess what?
Yeah.
You putting all these hours in? Well, it's not going to waste, because we're remastering, we're redoing every expansion. We're going to release it once a year in classic form so that you guys can be part of this for the next decade. So all of the WoW that you guys have enjoyed over the last decade plus, 15 years or whatever, now we're going to be redoing all of them in classic form. Dude, WoW as we know it would change. That would be a game changer, because then it's more than just what we have now.
Yes.
It gives them a reason to stay locked in or they're gonna miss out. It's the same thing of when they announce Avatar, 2, 3, 4, and 5, or they announce Fast and Furious 9 and 10. If you're gonna go and see 1 through 8, or you're gonna watch Avatar 1 and 2, strap yourself in, because we've got more coming, and it lets the audience know that you're not wasting your time here. The story's going to continue. The hours you're putting in are not going to waste. We're gonna keep catering to you so that you can come on this journey with us. If they did that, the whole game changes. This version of WoW, and you think about it, it'd be genius, because let's be real, WoW has been going downhill. When they bring out expansions, it sells like crazy, but then it peters off quick.
Well, like after the first 2 expansions, I think it really like people were still playing it because they were dedicated as fuck.
Yeah.
But the positive versus negative comments after like the first expansion or 2 just wasn't so good.
But if you come out and you say this, you almost completely rebrand WoW as we know it, and you bring it back to the thing that people fell in love with.
Yes.
And it's almost like cheating. It's almost like...
You're almost getting to turn back like a time machine.
Yes.
Because people are so dedicated to WoW that they'd be on board with this. And the thing that kind of allows them to do this in a weird way is that classic WoW isn't a separate entity.
No.
You're paying the same amount of money every month for WoW. Yes. You just choose to go back there.
Yes.
So it's not like they don't have to change how people are paying or anything. All they have to do, it's not, and simplifying,
I know,
that's
but
a shitload of fucking work.
Yeah.
But they have the ability, if they wanted to redo it and just update and make, and when necessary, and if they were going to do this, this is when consulting the community would be
asking them.
Absolutely.
Let the community
paramount.
100%.
To anything else they can come up with.
Yep.
To at least take some shit into consideration so that
didn't work.
What they learned in the past.
Yep.
They go, all right, we're going to keep the good shit.
Yeah.
We're going to try our best and take community feedback to do this up.
Yeah.
Because the people that are staying, you're not going to earn a bunch of new people coming into WoW.
No.
You're basically trying to get the people to come back that had played it in the past.
Yes. Or convert people that are playing regular WoW to join the classic.
Yeah, and the hardcore to come back. They're going to make you money if you just listen to them at this point.
Yes.
You're not redoing WoW because you think you're going to open it up to a whole new market. You're doing it because you know that the market within WoW right now is big enough that it will sustain itself.
Mm-hmm.
And it will be able to shoulder putting the time in to redo those games.
Yes.
And continue to make money for another 15 years on the other side of this.
100%, bro. Star Wars did this. Star Wars comes out back in fucking 1970, whatever the fuck, or early
74 was the first one, I think.
Yeah.
Or 77.
High 77. Comes out in this 1970s. And it's massive. Does big numbers.
Yeah.
Everybody loves it. And then what? Back in year 2000 or even before that, like 1998 or 9 or whatever. They do a re-release in theaters.
Yeah.
They just take the regular format.
Yeah.
They
Georgie boy put his dick where it didn't belong.
He put his dick. But you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
They go back in and everybody loves it.
Yes.
And they haven't experienced it for years.
And then here comes the prequels.
And then here comes the prequels.
But they warmed them up.
So, WoW, if they play it right, and it looks like they're already starting to play it right, they could double dip here. They could not only have their cake, but then they'll have the icing. Then they'll have they get to regurgitate it and then eat it again as if it, and it's genius because it's been long enough that people remember what it's like.
Yes.
And they miss it because how dull things have been for so long, even though it's been okay.
Yes.
But you now have a chance to just give them what they loved again in 2019. And everybody's hyped up on the same train about it, and you feel like you got to be part of it again. I can guarantee there's tons of people that have never played WoW in 10 years, 10 years, that were hooked like motherfuckers, that, now they're back. It's like WoW Classic's back. It's like, oh, should I do it? I don't know. They turn it on, bro.
You've got people committing to like 5-hour queue times.
Yes.
You know you're going to make money off of them.
Yeah.
You just need to do a and talking about like it's a valid point. Somebody mentioned, wouldn't that fragment the community more over time? Like because they're running parallel servers, right?
Yeah, but it almost doesn't matter.
But like it doesn't matter because, like I said, those people are still paying.
Exactly.
So whether they're playing over here, they're paying the same
They're paying the same
$15.
thing.
You're still. It's just the decision becomes.
Well, you give them choices, man.
The decision becomes if. Okay, so you're spending a lot of money to remaster, right?
Yeah.
To have this stuff running in parallel. So there's money. The same money is coming in. All things being equal, but money is going out because you're remastering over time. The methodology that you would have to subscribe to there, or what you'd have to look at and you run the numbers on, are how many people can we get to come back, or conversely, how many people can we get to extend their subscription because maybe they were petering out over here, but they'd be willing to get back on the wheel over here for X number of months or X number of years if we get them to go back at the beginning. It's like almost like they get to the end of the rat race, the end of the maze, and then you pick them up and you put them back at the beginning of the maze again, and they go, oh.
Exactly. And you want to know what else is crazy is, think about this. You can choose which one you want, classic or regular.
Yes.
Chances are the average player has both accounts, right? They have
characters on both because
they've already been playing them. Yeah, they've already been playing WoW.
They put all that time
now
over
they're
here.
coming over to Classic because they want to enjoy it.
Yes.
Now, say they're grinding out Classic, which is the real grind. Regular WoW's a grind too, but this is on another scale.
This is the true grind.
So this is where you're putting in a lot of your time, especially you've been playing this side for years and years and years. You're just kind of over it. It's bland. You know, when a new expansion comes out,
everything old is new again.
Exactly. Yeah. So you're playing the old new, and it's exciting. Everyone's hyped. You know, you really feel like you're accomplishing things when you grind. But then Blizzard releases a new expansion for the old. So they go, okay, you know what? I'm going to switch back over here on my other tune. I'm just going to grind out the levels, get back there. I'm going to play that. I'm going to beat all that shit off in a week. No problem. Right back to my grind. Yeah. So they're going to sell a copy of an expansion over here.
Yes.
But they're going to spend most of the time over here. Yes. But they're just going to keep up with this because they have characters there. They're ready to go. Exactly. Yeah. They've got the raid. They've got their characters. They've got commitment still over here, but they still don't feel like they're losing out all that much because they're spending time. It's absolutely genius. And then if you re-release all those expansions on Classic, it's a constant double dip. It's a constant double dip. It's genius. And the amount of money that Blizzard brings in a month off WoW, no matter how much,
it's not insignificant. It's a lot of money.
To whatever it would be to remaster in classic form what they have, sure, it would cost a lot of money, but the amount of money they bring in a month, bro, it is a drop in the motherfucking bucket.
Again, this isn't necessarily about new acquisition. You're going to get some always, which is fine, but that's not what it's about. This is about keeping who you have right now, and maintaining it longer term. You're at this point, you're getting the most money out of WoW as you can for as long as possible, because WoW is Blizzard's bread and butter in terms of financials. To my knowledge, it is the foundation of the company right now financially, and then everything is built on top of WoW subscriptions. So you've got WoW at the bottom, and then for a time it was Hearthstone. Hearthstone's petering off, but there was in terms of the amount of money
it's always been
going out to maintain WoW and Hearthstone versus the money coming in was just night and day.
Doesn't even matter.
So it's a very unique situation.
It's interesting.
It's like the only thing I can think of, the only property I can think of that would ever get away with this.
Oh, 100%.
And that people would be interested in actually keeping up with it.
It's because they've earned the right to do that from years and years and years of commitment to a
15 years
15 years from a brand, and you've hooked in. You think about any and every MMO that has come and gone. The one that has always stayed on top.
WoW was that perfect storm of right place, right time, right
Boom.
Property, right company.
Yep.
And 15 years of it.
Yes.
And even though the quality for most people, they'd say it's gone down, the player base is still so huge.
Yeah, it doesn't.
And the nostalgia factor is so massive.
Oh, especially with Classic, bro. It's fucking nuts now. Like, it's on another level. It's on another level, bro. It's like
they get to be Star Wars,
bro. It's like you haven't nutted in fucking 6 months.
Is this a real story, Jeff?
Well, no, it's not. It's like you haven't nutted in 6 months, and then opens up a door, and 8 beautiful women just walk in and say, "Choose." In fact, take us all at the same time.
It's probably not going to be necessary.
You don't say no to it.
No,
you don't say no.
You just say yes.
You just say yes.
You know you can't possibly please all 8 of them.
No, but you're going to try.
You might not even please one.
You're going to try.
But after 6 months, you're going to give them the fuck college try, bro.
Yep. Even if it's 1-2 thrusts, you're going to get those in.
2-stroke.
Period.
2-pump
You just can't say no to it.
No.
And that's what Blizzard's doing right now. They brought out the line of women.
Yeah.
And they say, just choose your flavor.
Choose your character. Choose your fighter.
Choose your tune.
What do you want?
You want Alliance or do you want Horde?
Yeah.
Pick it. Fuck it. Make one of each.
Yeah.
Whatever you want. Spice it. So there it is. It's interesting. Blizzard finally taking a W here in the last little bit. We'll see how well it does. If they
I'm
just
going
keep
lowercase W for now.
Lowercase dub. Well, I give him a big W right now.
Yeah.
This is big. I'll give them the lowercase dub if they just keep classic the way it is, and then that's it. And that's as far as the content goes.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to put it down to a smaller dub because it's still a dub. But if they come out and they announce that they're doing all of them, I'm going big dub. I'm going big dub.
Oh, very big dub.
And I'm going to go Blizzard, man.
That's a Wonder Woman-sized dub.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a big fucking W.
So we'll see, boys. We'll see. But good news for all the
streamers out there that are hardcore into that shit. Going to be doing real well.
Yeah, the grind paid off. It's paying off in spades right now.
Yes, it is. Asmongold survived long enough on like 4 calories a day to get 350,000 viewers. If he didn't turn over like 50 grand in that one day,
the dream.
I don't have this written down, but Ninja's got to deal with Adidas now.
I saw that.
You know what?
Because why not?
Fuck it.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, fuck it.
Sure.
Give me
That's
that.
probably worth a few dollars.
Did you see Twitch's pickup? So Twitch.
No.
So there's a dude, and listen to this. I actually didn't know this.
Okay.
I'm bringing in the news right now. I'm gonna try and find it.
Hot off the press.
I'm gonna try and get this. Fuck. Come on! It was all over my Twitter feed. It was all over my Twitter feed. Explorer. All right, so there it is. So Twitch just bought out their first streamer off YouTube Gaming.
I was going to say there's only really one other place that this could come from.
And his name is Nick A30.
Nick A30.
Who is a Fortnite, well-known Fortnite YouTuber.
Okay.
4-point-something million subscribers.
It's a fair number.
Averages anywhere from what I've been tuning in, 20,000 to 50,000 concurrent viewers on the live streams every day.
So we've lost a Fortnite streamer,
and
we're
now
now gaining another Fortnite streamer.
They signed a deal, so exclusivity on Twitch. So this is the first time publicly we're hearing about this sort of thing, and in combat of what happened. Here's the cool thing about this cat.
Okay,
he's from Halifax. How crazy is that?
Excuse me?
He's from Nova Scotia.
Fuck off! How have I never heard of this person before?
He's from here. He's literally from here. I tuned into his stream today.
I saw his face on my Twitter feed today.
So yeah, I didn't know, so I started doing some research. I was like, holy shit! And he still lives in province.
I'm gonna be real, Nick. It says you were born in 1995. You look like you've been paying taxes since 1995.
Well, when you have 4-point-something million subscribers, your tax
the amount
bill,
of taxes you're paying might as well have been.
Well, that'll do it to you. That'll do it to you. Yeah, that'll do it to you. But he had a really cool video. They flew out his parents and stuff to California, and they did this like announcement video, like kind of how Ninja did it.
Of course.
And this one was much more. It felt much more organic and comedic. It was actually really well done. But yeah, that's their first acquisition.
Well, how did I not know about a massive Fortnite streamer in Halifax?
You know what? I saw him. This was like 3 or 4 months ago. I saw something on a feed about him.
Yeah. And
I saw something about Halifax, and I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't think too much of it because I know most of the I know there's a few.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like I know Trodan's from here. I know Spears is from here. We're from here.
Halifax.
Halifax
literally.
is from here. Yeah. There is like. Now I know there's a girl in RP lives, I won't say where, but she's like an hour from here.
Okay.
There is like 7 or 8 like well known and guys like this is probably not a small deal. Like
no. If you got 20 to 50,000 viewers, that's not a small deal, bro.
No, and the fact that Twitch is buying somebody out, right?
That's
it's probably
substantial.
going to be the same. Obviously, not at the level of Ninja because his brand isn't, what Ninja's is.
No.
But still, really, really cool to see a local guy.
That's awesome.
Fucking crushing it.
That's awesome.
Lebanese descent too, which is great. So it's nice to see, some
family
minorities
probably
and stuff.
owns half of the property in the city.
Probably. Well, if not, he probably does now.
At this point, he's joining the game. But he's getting in on it.
It's a really cool story. I saw that today, and it just goes to show that now, there's a bit of a
dude. We got into the game too early.
I know. Well, you know what? We didn't get big enough. You know what I mean? Like,
that's because we were in too early.
Yeah.
There were like there wasn't.
And you know what?
I
went on this guy's because since I didn't know of him, I'm like, how the fuck have I known of him, right?
Yeah.
And I've seen like shit with like Frag for Cancer, there was pictures of him with some fans that were wearing Base Trade's t-shirt.
Oh, Hell's Boot Time.
Yeah,
or whatever.
So like local dude. So I go back on his YouTube page. I was watching the stream for a bit, and he's obviously fucking pumped because the huge deal just went through, and everybody's happy for him.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so I'm doing my research, and I'm scrolling back to his videos to kind of see when things popped off for him. Fortnite boom. As soon as Fortnite came, and you made, and you were talented enough, or you even made exciting type videos, montages, and things like that. It looked like he had 1 or 2 viral videos that had like 10 million views, 5 million views. And then from there, bro, it was like,
yep.
And then obviously, I don't know his history or anything like that.
Yep.
What's even crazy is we could probably fucking talk to him at some point if we really wanted to.
He's about 15 minutes from here.
Yeah, he's in the city somewhere. He's not too far, right? So the place is only so big. It's just crazy to see what Fortnite has done for so many people. And we've seen it. We talked about this.
It's similar to Minecraft.
Yeah, it's very similar, but on an even bigger scale.
Well, it's because the industry way bigger now. Yeah.
It's crazy because you've seen content providers, and this goes out to anybody out there that's been grinding games and stuff, and you're talented. You just never know when a game will come out.
And you don't know which game
and you don't know which one it's going to be.
No.
You just got to be at the right place, right time.
Yes.
And that can only happen if you're grinding.
Yeah.
And if you're grinding, and then you can find yourself right place, right time. I was looking at this guy's videos. His videos beforehand were getting like 15, 20,000 views because he's good at shooters and stuff. And then Fortnite comes, boom. Now he's signing the first public exclusivity deal with Twitch after this whole Ninja thing coming from YouTube Gaming onto Twitch platform. It's great, man. It's really cool to see. I'm happy for him. I'm happy to see a local crushing it, and more importantly, I'm just happy to see gamers starting to get what they're worth, man. It's dope. It's interesting to see now what's going to happen next. Is Twitch going to continue to start buying out streamers?
Yeah.
Is Mixer gonna go, okay, let's clap back and let's try and pick up some more people?
Well, I think Mixer's already thinking about who they want to poach. Mm-hmm. They're just letting it simmer.
Yeah.
For a little bit. They got to let this Ninja thing simmer for a bit. You know what's really interesting about that? Now, a little segue to that is that I was watching a clip that Ninja himself posted on Twitter, and now that he's on Mixer, it's like he's doesn't care quite as much about being a little bit more outspoken about shit.
Mm-hmm.
And so it only took like a couple weeks, and now he's already going back to kind of being a little bit more outspoken. He doesn't have to be as, he's still looking to be family friendly.
Yeah.
But he's getting a little bit more. He's got his edge.
He's getting a little edgy.
The edge coming back.
But you know
a
what?
bit.
Hey, that's what happens when you make $20, $30, $40 million.
You just stop caring.
You just stop giving a fuck.
Yeah.
And now you've got an Adidas deal too. You just stop giving a fuck. And let's also be real.
Yes.
There's got to be a time where Ninja's got to transition a little bit to not be so kiddie friendly, but still, because audiences are going to start to get older.
Halo's coming, bro.
Halo's coming. It's a different demographic altogether.
Yes, sir.
You can't be this bubbly like, hey guys, we're having fun. We're gonna boot up some Halo and maybe some Minecraft at the end. You don't want to do that, right? You gotta be hip and cool. You're Adidas now. You get your own brand and shit. You know what I mean? You gotta fucking, you gotta play that game, right?
You gotta have an edge.
So and that's cool. It is what it is.
Fortnite and related as well. Fortnite making big changes in the last couple of weeks, and none of the competitive
they
community.
Got mechs, bro. They've got mechs.
The mechs came in, and they outright said it was basically to help more people win matches. And then the one that went over poorly, but then the one that went over really poorly, that blew my entire timeline up for an entire day, was the changes to the building mechanics. And I don't know the full extent of them, but the way it read, it was like there's like almost timers or something like that on how frequently you can build once you've built something. So
you can't like spam do like
yeah, I don't know how
they're dumbing down the game, bro.
But yeah, the long short of it is all of the moves seem to be going into like a more casual direction, right?
Of course.
And it's
casuals are getting dummied now. There's too many good players, and they're like, "Fuck, yes. I can't have fun. I'm dying instantly. I can't." Somebody just built a skyscraper in fucking half a second. Oh, I'm dead.
So that's
what they're trying to
do. Everyone's blowing up. Be like, hey, and everyone's like, oh, the game's gonna die, etc. It's not gonna happen.
Fortnite.
In fact,
Fortnite.
Epic knows exactly what they're doing. The game is fine. Well, everyone complaining on Twitter, the pro players and shit, you make up like 5% of the entire player
base.
Ninja,
you're really not all that important to Fortnite anymore.
It just doesn't matter.
You know what? It's so big now. There's not one streamer, 2 streamers, or 10 streamers.
No, that can
voice an opinion so loud that you're going to take down Fortnite.
Not going to happen.
It's too big. It's too big. It's all about if Fortnite can just continue to stay on top, relevant, and listen to a community to some degree.
Yes.
They don't obviously want to get too complacent and go down a shitter and start adding things for the sake of adding things and keeping them there when everybody hates them. But when they take risks and they add new things, it's annoying. Some of them are fucking stupid. I mean, those mech things. I've saw some streamers going up against like 4 mechs, and I'm like, nah, bro.
It's bad.
That's a big nope from me.
Yeah,
this ain't
bad.
Titanfall 2.
No.
It's a big nope, bro.
I guess somebody was saying in chat here, they could avoid this with matchmaking. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
You get good matchmaking in. You pair up people of their skill levels.
Yep.
You avoid a lot of those problems. But at the same time, this solves their problem a little bit while also allowing them to keep showing that they're doing new shit and not just staying complacent and not adding new things, because they know damn well that their community, their player base, that age, that demographic, they want to see new shit all the time.
Yep.
And you just have to hope that whatever you put out,
something sticks,
is received
marginally well.
Marginally well.
Yeah.
But in today, with that group, that demographic, having something that's like mediocre to poor, that's constantly released, versus something that's really good and polished, that goes long periods of time in between content release of any kind, always wins.
100%.
You're looking at Overwatch versus the Fortnite model.
Yep.
Where Overwatch is going for this perfect balance, long time in between, but when it comes out, things are usually, very polished, etc., etc. Fortnite, you got new shit as often as you can possibly crank that shit out.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter if it goes over well with everyone or not. It's the concept of we're still making new shit. Here's some new mechanics, keeping the game fresh, whether it's positive or negative, and keeping the ball moving, because the community is so big and that demographic is so needy.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't get it, they move on to another game.
100%.
And so the name of the game for Epic isn't making the pro players happy.
No.
Fuck them. They just made a 13-year-old a borderline millionaire and a 16-year-old a multi-millionaire.
Yes.
The fuck these people out here complaining for? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You literally are talking about a game that is creating millionaires on
every
a whim.
Day.
On a whim.
Every day. Not even just like, wow, once a month.
Just
daily.
Shut the fuck up.
Daily.
What are you complaining about? It wasn't even a good game to begin with. And like, that's subjective, I guess. There's so many people playing it, but if you really look at it,
I know
and people's true colors are coming out now that it's like, I can't make the same content because it's changed and it's as competitive as this, that. At the end of the day, the game just wasn't all that hot to begin with. It is just marketed fucking
geniusly,
beautifully.
Yeah.
Beautifully.
Yep. And it's a competent game. I mean, it runs well.
It just needs, and that's all it needs to. It's just competent underpinning.
That's it.
And then everything else about it is just beautiful fucking marketing. You can't. You can't.
Sometimes I ask myself, Jeff, why didn't you just get into Fortnite? Why didn't you just?
We tried. It's a shit video game.
I know.
We tried multiple times.
But if I would have known, bro, if I just would have known, I probably would have just sucked it up and just prayed to the gods.
Maybe.
You know, just stuck an auto tuner in it and just fucking went crazy.
But when your heart's not in it, bro, you can only put on a face for so long.
Yeah, but you know what? You give me $20 million deals, bro, and I'll tell you right now, I'll be.
Yeah, but were you going to get a $20 million deal?
No, probably not.
No, probably not. No, we're old men, Jeff.
Yeah,
it's like if you like a ninja's getting old.
Yeah,
he barely pulls it off because he looks like he's 14.
Yeah,
he's got 4 pieces of hair on his face,
and they're blue,
and they're all blonde.
I suppose you're right.
Like it's a like, yeah, and Fortnite is one of those things where they want you to be a god. You can't just be an entertainer in Fortnite.
It is true.
You have to be a god.
Realm Royale, why didn't you do it for me?
Well, that's because, Erez is an absolute fucking idiot.
And it's a dumpster fire there.
And unfortunately, because it's a privately owned company, as long as it does better than break even, he will assume that means that it was a good job. Which has been pretty much his MO for the entirety of that company. So, unfortunately,
I could have been that guy for Realm. I could have been that guy, bro.
Super dead.
I could have been that guy.
I was there for it.
Fuck.
I was there for it.
Fuck. It's all good. Grand Theft Auto. We're here. We've made it.
You're yeah. I think that was an even better choice for you, honestly.
Yeah, at least now because I enjoy it.
I just want to make sure that I wasn't missing something else that was a good segue to any of that. There isn't, so I'm just going to say this. The Last Guardian and Shadow of the Colossus director Fumito Ueda shopping around for a publisher because he has a new game on deck. Now, The Last Guardian wasn't so hot.
No. I did play it, though.
I did play it, and but it wasn't so hot. That was definitely a game that got stuck in development hell for too long. And
it was a pretty looking game.
Oh, it was fucking beautiful.
It was the first game that I played on my 4K PlayStation. It
was a fire looking game.
And it was glorious. First game I played on the new OLED.
Yes.
And it was
I'm going to tell you right now,
glorious.
I don't care if The Last Guardian was hit or miss. This is still the man that made Eco and Shadow of the Colossus.
Both fire games.
So anything that he comes out with, I'm instantly.
I'm ready.
I'm interested in it.
Hey, you know what? Everybody has a bad game.
It's true.
Everybody has a bad movie
for fucking ever.
It's all good. Give me something new.
It's time for something fresh.
Pretend that didn't even happen.
What do you got for me? So that's coming.
That's interesting.
Disney's Aladdin and The Lion King, the original games. The Sega Genesis era, Super Nintendo, etc., etc., getting remastered and released as a package game.
Interesting. DuckTales, I do believe, had a remastered on the Wii U, and then it was on the Nintendo Store.
Didn't they
pulled it? So now...
Well, you better believe they're coming out with another one then.
Well, the price for the everybody and their dog right now are looking for that because it was a limited release for the Wii U. So if anybody out there has got the DuckTales remastered for the Wii U,
hold on to that shit.
Hold on to that motherfucker for dear life because that game in itself, probably, I'm going to call it right now, in 10 years, it'll be one of the most expensive Wii U games that you could hold in your collection. Hold on to it. Don't sell it. Even if somebody's offering you $100 right now for it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Hold on to it. Hold on to it.
You know they're coming out with another one.
100%.
Especially since we're seeing this now.
100%.
Any Disney game that's had any traction at all, especially if they're part of movies that they've redone, like The Lion King and Aladdin.
Of course. It's coming back out.
It's coming. Yeah. Which begs the question, are we getting a DuckTales movie?
I hope not.
Don't make it live action. Don't do it. Don't. Please no.
Stop.
Please no.
Stop.
I know you're thinking about it, Disney.
Didn't work out so well for Dumbo. Let's not do it for
I know they're thinking about it.
Don't do it.
But don't do it.
Don't do it.
Back that up.
I can think of about 15 other properties I'd rather see.
Yep.
Than DuckTales.
Not DuckTales. I mean, as much as I love DuckTales,
maybe if it was a Darkwing Duck.
And I still want it to be a cartoon. I don't want live action.
It would have to be an animation.
Stop the live action.
Yeah, I don't need to see like Detective Darkwing Duck type shit. You
know
what I mean?
I don't want Will Smith dressed as a duck rapping. Stop.
Stop the madness.
Stop the madness. Stop the madness. This one got me moist.
Okay,
bro, moist. Blue Point Games director Peter Dalton teased a Legend of Dragoon remaster.
Give me that. Give me all of that,
bro. Please,
don't
tease me with that.
That's a fire game.
Just
well, you know it's coming now.
It's happening.
You know it's coming now. I mean,
for God's sake,
you don't
tease
it and then be like, "Yeah, I was just fucking with you."
I'd be so sad.
It's coming.
I want a sequel to
that. They got
shit.
you moist. Soon you'll be soaked.
Fucking, my table was lifting off the ground. My God, Legend of Dragoon is, like, for me, top 5 Japanese RPG.
It's a fire game. I got it right down there.
The battling mechanics in that game were so fucking dope.
I bought my copy for $3 at a yard sale. Minty too.
Black label?
Black label.
Oh boy.
It's down there.
Oh
$3.
Boy. Wow.
$3.
Yes.
I'll take that.
All day.
And you want to know what's funny about it? It was on for $5. I said,
oh, you did him dirty for a toonie, bro?
Will you take 3?
Oh my God. You're gonna break a bill for $3, bro?
Yeah.
Wow, they're out here going, oh, it'll just be a $5 bill. No, I want a toonie and a loony.
I got that in the truck. Let me go grab that for you.
Oh my God.
$3. I give 0 fucks, bro.
Oh.
Ruthless on the streets.
I want it. And I want it now.
It's coming.
That would be exciting. And just, this would be one game that if you are doing a remaster, please God, redo all the voice acting. Because that game had some of the...
It was bad. It was bad, bro. I'm sure they would do... I'm sure most of the remasters, they do the voices again.
Like, it was one of the first games to have voiceover work in it.
It's brutal.
And it shows.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Because holy shit.
Yeah.
Really fucking bad. But yeah, everything else about that, I'm there for it. Please God, make it happen. Remedy's new game, Control. I don't know if you've seen any footage for that. They showed it at E3, and it just came out here. The reviews are rolling out for it. It was a game that NVIDIA was showing off for the RTX stuff a lot. It's like a, like psychic powers, like lifting and throwing shit at people and everything. You wouldn't. You probably. I guarantee you've seen it. Probably just not going to be able to think of it off the top of your head. Anyway, Control comes out, getting relatively well received, I would say. But here's the thing: is that this is like the first game that's really showing now the age of the original Xbox One and the original PS4. So not the One X or the PS4 Pro, but the originals. It just doesn't run well on those consoles. Really starting to show the age of those consoles, and when you play it on PC, it's really showing how big of a gap we're starting to get, and that it will be a welcome arrival next year when we get the next Xbox and or the next PlayStation, because it's gotten to the point now where unless you have an Xbox One X, which is like demonstrably stronger than the PS4 Pro, the consoles are starting to really hurt when it comes to new technology in these games now. Like, it's just, they can't.
Well, we're ready. We're primed and ready for the next.
Primed it up.
We're primed and ready.
Next year's E3 is going to be dope.
It's going to be a big one. It's always the best one. The new console E3s are always the best E3s.
That's the one you're looking for, right?
Those are the exciting ones. That's the ones I can get excited about, right?
And in relation to that, the PlayStation 5 Dev Kit documents got leaked. And if you click and see this...
I saw it.
That ain't it, bro. I hope it's not it. So I'll post this in chat for you guys here live. You can check this out. Here you go. It's a concept image for the dev kit for PlayStation 5. And it looks, one of the best descriptions is right there. The first response is, that's an Epson projector, I think.
Yeah.
And it looks like an Epson projector.
Well, here's the thing. Since I've been collecting retro games and I've watched countless hours of retro-related videos and shit like that.
Yes, yeah.
There are dev kits for like
everything.
The Super Nintendo, the N64.
There's always changes made.
And bro, those dev kits usually look nothing remotely like the final shebang.
Which is good, because if you're looking at this right now...
Well, that looks like dog shit, if I'm going to be honest with you. And I'm the type of guy, I'm the type of dude that doesn't really care what the console looks like, because at the end of the day...
It's on a shelf
It's on a fucking shelf.
Yeah. You're seeing the front of it.
That's it.
That's it.
I don't honestly, I don't, even if they came out like this, I'd make fun of it because it's just memey.
Area 51 raid was completed, and that's what we came home with.
Straight up. I mean, that looks terrible. But at the end of the day, if it performs and it doesn't brick,
then who cares?
It doesn't blow up. If it doesn't sound like a jet engine,
but you still kind of like, I still kind of want it to not look too ugly.
I know what you're saying, but at the end of the day, I really don't care. And the thing is, bro, there is a 0 chance that right there is what they're about to release, bro. This is
mark it down, because if it comes out looking like that, that would be fucking hilarious.
If it comes out looking like that, bro,
when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking to myself, what functionality? Like the forum always has some sort of function, right, to a degree. What in the fuck? Like, it looks like a lot of ventilation is going on here in like the middle with the V and shit, which maybe that V is supposed to be representative of 5, like the Roman numeral 5, like in the top. It's kind of like, remember the original Xbox Dev Kit where it was actually an X?
Yes, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do it.
Now, funnily enough, the Xbox inevitably ended up being a big X, but it was a box around the X. So I'm thinking the PlayStation 5 might not be too far flung from this.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to be exactly that, but I would brace yourself for something that doesn't look too far from this, especially since this isn't like, unless this is really old shit, but this was just filed, I think, with the Trade Commission. So unless this is like some sort of shadow tactic shit, then we're only about a year and a bit at best out.
Yeah, there's
the release.
There's the PS4 Dev Kit. So you see the difference between what we got and that, right?
Yeah, but that as a dev kit, that's just literally a box to make sure it works. This has got so much more styling to it that it makes me wonder.
I don't know, bro.
You know, is that it?
I hope not.
That's ugly.
It is ugly.
It is ugly.
It is ugly.
It's the kind of ugly that even though you're putting it on a shelf that's probably not going to be seen all that much depending on your living room, you're going to want to hide it because you don't even want to have to answer people as to what the fuck that thing is.
Dude, there's just no way. There's just no way. You don't know. You're not going to come into the console war with that thing. You don't even put. Can you imagine the E3 and they go, and here is the PS5, and that thing is sitting on a podium. They
take the cover off it and
silence, bro. Everyone's.
They've got like a spotlight from the top down pointing at it, and everyone in the room's going.
Adam's in the back going, Nova, yikes. Nah. Tell me this thing sucks my dick, because if not, that thing, it's a big no.
I'll be honest, I don't even know if I want that thing to suck my dick.
No, because that looks like there's a lot of edges there.
Yeah.
A lot of weird. No.
There's a lot of shit going on there that I'm not there for.
Yeah, no, that's a big Nova yikes for me, dog. That's a big Nova yikes for me.
So we'll have to wait and see how that pans out. And the nice thing is, we don't have to wait all that long. I mean, that shit's like next year.
Yeah, bro. We're gonna see that shit sooner than later.
We're gonna see that pop up. But yeah, so it also, I think that documentation might have also confirmed some of the specs in it, but we already knew what was going on. Both of them are using AMD hardware, so it's just kind of whatever.
Excuse me.
It's going to come down to, like we mentioned in the other podcast before when we talked about it, it's going to be whose engineers take that AMD hardware.
Yep,
and juice it for all it's worth. That's what it's going to come down to. It's Sony versus Microsoft engineers at this point.
Bro, they've both got the same beef. It's about how you going to raise that beef.
That's right.
Are you going to put it on? Are you going to get it nice and all natural shit?
You're going to
massage it daily, and you're going to fucking let it...
You let it
roam free and feel like it's just part of the wild.
Maybe
and stuff.
Cage it up and shoot steroids into its ass.
Either way, we're gonna see which one can take that beef and charge $10 an ounce, or is it gonna be the shit you get at the grocery store at $1
$10 an ounce?
At $10 an ounce. Yeah, pretty much.
It's the same shit. This is fucking like
that is true.
Garbage beef for the same price you get at like a fucking steak restaurant. Yeah,
and you have to cook it,
and you still have to cook it.
Get fucked.
Yeah, get fucking wrecked, bro. You go in, and you're like, I'll take that New York strip. You get it at home, it's like 99% water and dye. Put it on the barbecue. It goes from like fucking this big. He comes out. And it's like,
it looks like it's a T-bone when you put it on. It's a sirloin when you take it off.
Triple up fucking testicle on your barbecue. Yeah, that's what it's like.
Get fucked.
That's what it's like. Yeah. I think that is just about it for gaming news, Mr. Black. You want to sell out for us real quick?
Oh, yeah. Patreon.com/lagtv. We still sitting pretty at the 25 hundo mark. Let's bump it.
I'm liking it at
Let's
that
bump it up. We're gonna have to build a new set for those that don't know.
By the way, I still have all the shit in my car to take in.
Great.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a mixture of things. I've either had it in the back and forgotten about it when I'm out doing errands to go like send all this shit out, or I've thought about how long and how much of a pain in the ass it's going to be to take 50 of those tubes in.
Let me do that tomorrow.
And I go, I just know I'm going to have to deal with the employee, and I'm like, so I might call them up and be like, when's the best time to just come in?
Yeah.
Because you're going to be busy.
Yeah.
For a while.
Yes.
With all these tubes.
Yes.
So it's all there.
So yeah, for those who don't know, I am moving in like what?
2 weeks?
A little over 2 weeks. Like 2 weeks and 3 days or some shit. So we will be building a new set, and the podcast will have its own room. The set will be there indefinitely.
Yes.
And so, if you guys have any ideas or anything like that, for backdrops, hopefully now we'll be able to get a TV there.
That will be in the middle, almost certainly. Something in the middle, like a TV or something.
Yes. And I got a new Stream Deck.
Yes.
So we can use my old Stream Deck, and then we could even set it up, because it would be like a separate computer, so that we could, put whatever up there, right?
Yeah,
we could watch a video together. We could watch a trailer together.
That's
we could
right.
do whatever we want, right? So we could really set it up, make it look pretty. We have the technology. So that's going to be happening. And with that being said, since I am moving next month and we have TwitchCon, there's a good chance that it's only going to be 2 episodes next month.
Yeah, the podcast is going to be hit or miss.
Yeah, we'll be back to our normal routine thing come October, but next month is going to be a fuck show.
Yeah.
I got a lot of shit to do. We're both going to TwitchCon. It's going to be, a wild month, so bear with us.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys want to support the podcast, you know where to do it, patreon.com. If you don't want to throw money at the screen, that's okay. Hit that like button. Leave a comment for the algorithms. Hit us up with that review on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you're listening.
Yeah.
And check out our secondary channel if you don't like watching, 2.5 hour podcasts. Life's a Glitch TV 2 YouTube channel. Link is in the description of every video that we have. So you can go over there and check them out in smaller segments. And that's it.
That's the show.
That's the show.
Well fucking done.
Boom.
You got one more thing to do.
Movies and TV.
There's a lot going on because D23 was this week.
Yes.
And man, did they drop a lot of hammers. Like all of them. Actually,
yes,
more than I would have ever assumed would be dropped all at the same time.
Well, the reason why you would is because they have the Disney Plus coming, right? So they got to hype people up. They got to get people on board. I know they're already hyped, but you got to really just fucking drive her home. Man.
This was there was a large penis dropped on a table at D23.
Yes,
like a lot of big stuff came down the pipe. For one. Let's just start off.
Star Wars.
Episode 9, new trailer.
Yeah.
One of the shittiest lightsaber fucking reveal design things. Okay. I fucking hate Star Wars, dude. I'm going to be honest with you. I've grown to hate it now. And in terms of, at the very least, the movies. I have no hope for this movie. This movie's dead on arrival.
Oof.
Dead.
Woof.
Dead to me.
Woof. Shots fired.
And I'm hoping that the shows on
Netflix,
Disney Plus,
or Disney Plus, yeah, because they're not on Netflix,
is going to save.
I think it's going to do
Star Wars for me.
Yeah,
because the movies are so bad. The writing is so bad. The acting is mostly so bad that I can't fathom it. The last trailer that we just got was literally, they know this movie is so bad that 80% of that fucking trailer were the old Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
They started with the original releases.
The two sons coming up.
With the two sons, good cinematography, good stories. Remember when these movies didn't suck dick and did social justice warrior, fake social justice warrior bullshit with horrible writing, with plot holes the size of Star Destroyers. And now, hey, by the way, remember the prequels when you hated them? Now they look good.
Yeah.
And so we're comfortable showing them in this trailer. And then, hey, now remember this dog shit that we've been pumping out for the last few years? Well, let me do you one better. Here's Darth Rey. And let's get her to use this lightsaber that's been canonically used in the past, but we're going to get her to use it wrong, just for the show. She turns on a double-bladed lightsaber with a hinge before she unhinges it. That exact lightsaber exists other places in the Star Wars universe, but never once is anyone stupid enough to fucking engage the lightsaber
it looked awkward
first.
Too. Yeah, it looked awkward.
And then, but yeah, in her hand, like the girl Daisy Ridley, right?
Yeah.
When she unhinged it and there's so much weight to it, it kind of like awkwardly fucking like moved around.
It didn't even make it look cool.
It looked cheap. It didn't look cool. It looked awkward.
Yeah.
It's just bad.
Yeah.
And then really you do Darth Rey, like you know that she's not actually fucking Darth Rey, for God's sake. It's some fucking
it's either there's been some theories. It's either she's a clone, right? It's either there's a clone, there's another Darth Rey, or like a twin sister or some sort of clone, or it's one of those visions. So there's a theory that she goes to the dark side through Palpatine, just to prove that she can get out of the dark side, to show Kylo Ren that you can beat this, you can go to the dark side and then come out of it. And there's all kinds of theories and shit. Either way, I'm with you. That
it's even unstable like Kylo Ren's lightsaber. You notice that? It's not a classic red.
Well, you know what I think it is? I think it's a Sith artifact. I think where they're going, there's going to be all kinds of Sith related things, and then I think Palpatine or
is Korriban still a planet in at this stage in Star Wars? Bro, the nerds will know.
Bro, I don't fucking know. But either way, bro, I'm with you. I watched the trailer. The beginning, you felt something, right? Because you're watching all these things.
Dude, they played nostalgia.
Yeah. You feel something, you're like, oh man, I remember how exciting that was, or I knew where I was when I watched this, and it's like all those characters, and then it slowly starts to get shittier. Then you start seeing the prequels, and you're like, and you're like, okay, but still, okay, and then you see
Ewan
the
McGregor
new
was still there,
and then you see the new stuff, and then you
feel nothing.
You're dead.
You feel
there's
literally
there's no excitement. There's no nothing. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I don't hate it as much as you do. I'm curious. I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to just be done with this franchise and see if they can actually see if JJ can come in and sort of save the day and give us something. I'm gonna go with it's better than 8, but it's still not Star Wars. That's probably what we're gonna get. If it can be better than 7, I'll be happy because I was okay with 7, but at the end of the day, I'm with you. It's all about other Star Wars news. So fuck that. All right.
This was more. I hate Kathleen Kennedy,
bro. It's hot.
It's hot. So much.
It's hot garbage. Bro.
It's actually, dude. She fired the 2 directors that went on to do Spider-Verse.
Yes, I know.
Can we just fucking grasp that? And she put Ryan, the Russians ruined my career, Johnson, in place of a franchise that is decades. That they still had, they're fucking lucky. How many times do you get to pull back the original actors to make something fucking truly great and allow them to put a bookend on their goddamn career and then shit on it with your garbage fucking worldview bullshit and your fake ass social justice, sandy vagina fuckery?
Yep.
And produce some of the most expensive, for no reason. You can pick apart the prequels and the original movies with some shit, but the laundry list of shit that you can pick apart
it's bad.
In these new movies.
It's because they didn't have a direction, bro. They have like 3 different people write 3 different scripts, direct 3 different movies. They don't know where the fuck they're going.
But even without that, even if it's separate, the first movie, that we got from fucking JJ. How is it that, because this is a sequel, this isn't a sequel to the last movie of the original trilogy.
Yeah.
How did we go from the rebels literally winning successful, and the empire is shattered,
but 30 years had passed,
and a fucking Death Star was like this thing that took forever.
It doesn't make sense.
And then 30 years they have a planet-sized,
literal
planet Death Star.
Yes.
And they've somehow created a fleet fucking out of nowhere, of which they only ever use about 4 TIE fighters in the entire fucking series.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Out of nowhere, and the rebels are like 4 people and a cripple.
Yeah.
And like, what?
Yeah.
And then there's no motivation. They're just flying around doing fucking whatever.
Yeah. And then they kill off.
For no reason at all.
They're just killing your love. They're like, hey, let the past die, including your characters, but let's bring them back for nostalgia to sell this last movie because it's convenient.
Slaughter them.
Just because it's convenient. It's bad, bro. It's bad. That's
the best writing that anyone, JJ, anyone Kathleen brought in, that they could come up with. That's the best. A chase sequence for 2.5 hours in Rian Johnston's masterful fucking
You're angry,
Jedi.
Adam. You're angry. Fuck Star Wars. All right.
TV shows, Star Wars. Go. We got
Obi-Wan.
some stuff.
Obi-Wan.
Yes.
That's coming. It's only 4 episodes. It's 4 hours. 4 hours of Obi-Wan. It's coming. It's coming.
I'm there for it.
So we'll see what happens.
Ewan McGregor.
Yes. We don't know. We don't know when this takes place. So we don't know exactly what's going on with that. But there's that. The Mandalorian trailer looked pretty fucking fire. I don't know.
I was hit or miss on. I didn't see enough. They didn't show me enough to really for me to like get like my hooks in on it.
I'm hooked in. It's dark.
It looks really good.
It's darker. It's more mature.
Yes.
The acting looked really well done.
Yes.
They've got fucking Gus from Breaking Bad in there.
Yeah.
It just looks great, man. And Trevorrow is an amazing director, writer. I have full faith in that, and they're already getting ready to film season 2. So
I'm definitely there for it.
We also have the She-Hulk series. I don't know too much about that. I'll be honest with you, it doesn't really interest me all that much, but it's out there for all the Hulk lovers.
I'm interested just because the Hulk universe hasn't really gone beyond Hulk all that much. So to have like a different angle on it,
I'll probably end up watching it.
I'm interested to see how well they do it because I think this is going to be just by the nature of it being She-Hulk. That's going to be something that people are going to want to like look at and see how does this turn out. You know, what direction do they take that just because it's She-Hulk? Are they going to be true to the comics, or are they going to do some real weird?
Who knows? It's a she, so who knows?
That's like that. Yeah.
We have Miss Marvel is coming out. I don't know much about that. I didn't watch really anything on it, so I can't really comment too much on it because I don't know.
Moon Knight,
yes.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Moon Knight. I've been doing a little bit of research, but don't know too much about that. People seem to be pretty excited. It's apparently like for the nerds, right? People that are like really into the comics and shit like that and know a lot about Moon Knight. Tons of series. We have one that you'd love.
What's that?
World According to Jeff Goldblum.
Dude,
as soon as I saw that shit, I just saw to you and I said, that's it.
I'm sold. I'm there.
Yeah.
Dude, that show looks fucking
It's gonna be
amazing.
It's going to be good.
How can that not be? Seeing the world through the eyes of Jeff Goldblum sounds like the greatest TV concept. It's so batshit crazy. He's so insane.
Yes, bro. It's going to be great.
He's insane, but he's insane in the way that you want to be in the same fucking room as the guy because he's
it's entertaining.
He's crazy, but he's entertaining.
Yeah, it's entertaining. You're like, wow, this wacky outtake on life. I want to know more about how you see the world through your eyes.
Yes.
I want to hear all about it.
I want that.
I want all the Jeff Goldblum mannerisms with it. I want all of it. Give me all of it,
please.
And they're giving
it to you.
Yeah. So he's a character when he gets his own show.
Yes.
On the Disney Plus.
And it's just called The World According
to Jeff Goldblum. There you go.
How else do you have to take that?
The Joker trailer, the second and final trailer. They're just putting out 2.
Yes.
That came out.
Okay.
Looks pretty good. I like it.
I'll be honest with you. This looks real fucking good to me.
Mm-hmm.
This might be a really hot take. I might like this one more than
the Heath Ledger one.
Joker.
It's a different feel.
It's a different feel, but it's not that different.
Yeah,
this is like...
I mean, you got Joaquin Phoenix, who is
close.
a literal... He's one of the best actors in Hollywood ever.
Yes. Yeah.
The dude is...
He's definitely a method actor.
Oh, fuck. He is
good.
He is real good. He is really, really good.
He's... Whoever casted him for this...
Genius.
Fucking genius.
And there's rumor that if this movie does well, this might be the first of a few movies, and it's going to be its own standalone sort of thing in this time period. So we're hearing the only negative thing that we were hearing behind the scenes is apparently the script is a little weird. Some weird things happen. But
weird in what way? Weird.
We don't know that it's not your typical formulaic type. There's some shit in there that apparently is a little off.
Okay.
But people may love that. People may hate that. We're gonna find out. Either way, this movie looks very artsy.
I was literally about to say this is a much more artsy.
Yes, and that's what. Listen, we've seen Joker. You know, we've seen so many different.
Heath Ledger's was approaching artsy, but because he was in the movie with Batman, it kind of took that edge off of it a bit.
It's nice to see Joker become Joker,
yes,
and like in a serious manner, like where the movie's following him. It's not following the protagonist,
and it works really well because he's a tragic. He's a tragic character
because you'll feel for him, right?
You'll feel for him,
because you can tell from the trailer that he gets treated like dog shit.
Yeah,
and he becomes this character. So that looked amazing. And I think those are all the the major news that came out. Like we've got Kid Harington coming in the Eternals. He's not even one of the Eternals. He's another character. So people thought that he was going to be playing Wolverine because he's a shorter dude.
Yeah,
he's at that age. But it wasn't him. Also wasn't the other dude from Game of Thrones, the Stark, the dude that played in The Bodyguard. What's his name?
Oh, I can't think of his actual. I know who you mean.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name off the top
People
of my
thought
head.
that he was also going to be playing Wolverine. Nope.
I couldn't see him as Wolverine.
I could picture it. What I would like to see for the next Wolverine, if they don't bring back Hugh Jackman, which I think there's a chance Hugh Jackman still might stick around. Yeah. If not, I want to see them bring back a Wolverine that is short like the comic, that is like got the big beefy beard. It is fucking yoked out of his mind, brutal, the Wolverine that's like this.
Oh, Wolverine's
stocky,
5'3".
Yeah, like this stocky brute, fucking animalistic.
Get Danny DeVito. Put him on some anabolic steroids. Glue some hair to his head.
But that's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see that version of Wolverine. But yeah, other than that, man, Disney's crushing it, bro. There's so much shit coming out for Disney.
If they could just get rid of Kathleen Kennedy.
Well, I think it's coming, bro. I think that after this trilogy, I think she's probably going to be donezo. I think she's probably going to be replaced.
That's what really bothers me about the Star Wars thing is that you don't get another chance at this. Especially now that these actors are dying at this point, you don't get a second chance at this.
No, it's done.
So it's sad. It saddens me enough to anger me that this is how it goes out, and because of this woman, and almost anyone else in her position.
Yeah, I mean, if they didn't do it right. If I wish they would have just came out with a new trilogy to begin with and let the characters have died where they were left it where it was.
If you're not going to do a really good job,
then don't do it at all.
Dip back into
you can always mention the names.
Yes.
You can always know that they've existed.
Yeah.
But building your new franchise on the backs of the old characters to pass the torch to the new ones,
to the point where the first movie in this trilogy was literally the first movie of the original trilogy.
It wasn't good. But here's the thing: it's done.
Yeah.
We're getting 9. We'll watch it. We'll probably hate it.
Yep.
We'll move on. And then hopefully we'll get the new shows that are going to do well. And then this new trilogy that comes out, hopefully we can bring Star Wars back.
Because right now, bro,
I know
I'm holding the grudge like a high school girl.
I know, bro. I know.
Shit's real for me.
I know. And that's it.
Yeah, that was the show.
Tech support.
Yeah. Let me get my phone's over here.
Tech support. I'm loving it.
Let's see. Tech support. Okay, so Seth asks, in kind of similar to what we had from what we just talked about, what is Disney's next big dick move? Also, what is the sound of Mickey dropping his dick on the table? You got a sound for that? You got a Mickey Mouse impersonation?
I don't even know. Like, I don't know what does Mickey Mouse sound like.
Oh boy, he is the oh boy thing.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh. Yeah, it's bad, but it's there too, The next big dick play that Disney does.
Yeah, D23 is about as big of a dick swing as you can possibly get.
Yeah.
I don't know what, like, really, they're already buying everyone.
Yeah. I think they've already made the big dick plays.
What's left in the tank on big dick plays right now before the FTC steps in and goes, hey, slow the fuck down.
Your dick is too big, Mandingo.
Too big.
I really don't know. I guess the big dick play for me, and we talked about it before, buying Nintendo. Buying out Nintendo.
I mean, the next big dick play is a buyout, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they've already put all their content out basically now, so now it's just
there'd be a zero chance Nintendo would ever sell to Disney. But that's the only big dick play where I go,
think it's
oh
a game.
my God.
I think it's a game company that they buy next. It's just a question of which
one
game company.
But imagine Nintendo is just so perfect for the Disney brand. It's just like you couldn't ask for a better one. Like having fucking, Mario Land at fucking Disney World and shit. Like there's so much shit you could do with that property, like Zelda, everything. Like Disney could do huge things with Nintendo properties that you couldn't do with Microsoft or Sony or anything like that. Nintendo's the big dick play.
That is some nightmare fuel, though.
Oh yeah, massive nightmare fuel.
That's like some
massive nightmare
apocalyptic
fuel
type shit. But that's definitely it. It's probably a buyout, and it's probably in the gaming industry. Just the question is,
which one?
Who's it going to be? 8910 asks, what TV or movie series would you be most excited about a revival that hasn't been announced yet? Because revivals are the thing, right? We're seeing a lot of it right now. Either extensions of old properties or complete reboots. Like we're seeing with The Matrix, for example.
TV or a movie series? Jeez. I'm going to go... Dude, it's funny. It's so funny that he said that in chat. And it's the first thing I thought of. Lost. It's the first thing I thought of.
Lost, but with a real ending?
Exactly. If they can recapture that sense of mystery
which is kind of hard to do if you do a remake of a show that's already been
listen, they could do another plane crash on a different island or a different part of the world, or even better, you do a space crash on a different planet, and it's now you're truly lost, with nobody there to save you. That would be cool. And if you can capture that same that same trying to piece it together, the mystery behind it, and you put it on, say, Netflix or wherever, and I can binge that shit, man, I'm in. I am so in. I haven't been on the edge of my seat for a TV show where you're trying to figure shit out, since really Lost. I've seen great shows, but there's been nothing that. You watch an episode of Lost. I don't know if you watched all of it or not.
I watched probably I never even watched it in succession, but I've probably seen 20 or so episodes of Lost over time. Yeah.
Yeah. So you it would just be amazing to do that. To go through that again. End of an episode, cliffhanger. Need to see what's up next. Give me that.
My answer is going to be similar vintage, but it has a caveat, is that it doesn't play like this today. So you'd almost have to assume that it hadn't already been done. So I'll say that I'd like to go back in time and experience it for the first time again. I want to go back in time and experience watching Survivor again. I want that experience again. Before reality TV became everything, and Survivor was brand new.
Yeah.
And that fucking theme song came on, and you and I were like fucking singing the theme song and shit. And we watched that shit every week.
I made that joke.
That show was fire.
I made that joke in RP yesterday about I haven't seen television this good since season 1 of Survivor. Dude, because it was something you've never seen.
It was so new.
It was a phenomenon. You could it was like, oh my god, these are real people.
Jerry Bruckheimer was a goddamn legend.
Well, he created reality TV.
He did.
He really just created it.
And a crazy concept of let's put a bunch of people on a fucking island in the middle of nowhere and just put the cameras on them.
Yeah, watch them survive.
And unless they die or come close to it, we don't touch them.
No, just film them.
Just film them.
Let them get eaten by bugs. Let them fucking fight each other, and we'll put $1 million prize at the end.
Yeah,
have fun.
That's fucking nuts, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I'd like to experience that again. But in terms of like an actual a reboot or a revival, I guess if I had to answer it more specifically to the question, would be, I'd like to see. I'm still waiting for a new Star Trek that doesn't suck balls. So
good news.
You give me a good TV
Quentin
show.
Tarantino might be doing a Star Trek movie, and if he does, I can guarantee it won't suck balls.
Well, it'd be for the TV show. The last two Star Trek movies, I haven't minded.
Bad.
I actually think they were pretty good.
Bad, yeah.
I think aesthetically they fucking rock the shit out of those movies, and I think they casted people really well in those movies too. But I'd like to see like a Star Trek TV show. But again, the problem is Star Trek doesn't play. The Star Trek that I want doesn't play in today's market, which is why we're getting the Star Trek we're getting right now.
Yeah,
and it's shit.
Yeah,
that's the problem. But that would be, that'd be what I'd pay my $2 for. Let's see. Shady asks, we got to get real for a second. Most important life lesson that you've learned so far?
The most important life lesson that I've learned so far.
Yes.
Jesus. I mean, that's deep.
That is deep.
Man, that's a good one.
I'm going to say, for me, the most important life lessons that I learned is to not spend energy worrying about something
can't control,
that you have no control over, is probably a really big one. I still struggle to not do that, but it's something that when I catch myself doing it, and I remind myself, it makes it a lot easier. So like in pressure situations where I'm just sitting around waiting on something, but I have not, there's almost comfort in knowing that you have literally no, like all you can do is do everything that you can when you have control. And then when it's out into the fucking world and you've got to just wait,
nothing you can do about
there's
it.
Nothing you can do about it. Right. Yeah. And so, that's definitely, a thing. And then the whole water under the bridge concept, where once something's already done,
it's done.
It's done, and there's no sense spending energy thinking about it or getting upset about a decision that you made, etc., etc. Those are probably two of the bigger ones.
Jesus, man. I really don't know what the biggest one is. Yeah, you picked a good one.
I've got one more.
Go for it.
Listen more than you speak is something that I've learned over time is one of the most valuable tools for any number of reasons. One, people like you more if you're not just talking all the time.
Yeah.
If you actually are actively listening and you're taking interest in them,
true. Yeah.
And you let them do most of the talking, and you're doing mostly just asking questions.
Yeah.
Tends to go better. The other thing that you get out of that too is that if you're in a conversation with somebody or you're in a debate with somebody or whatnot, is the longer somebody talks, the more likely they're going to trip over their own shit, or they'll dig their own hole.
Yeah.
You could sit there and say nothing, and you're in a conversation, and then because a lot of people, not everyone, but a lot of people aren't comfortable with awkward silence, they will continue to talk.
Yeah.
If you just let it simmer, if you're thinking about what they just said, and you're actively thinking about it, and you're not saying anything in response, a lot of people will freak out.
Yeah.
And then they will continue to talk, and they will dig their own hole.
Yeah.
Or you'll find out the reality. Like sometimes you get the sugar coated or whatever thing up front, and then they'll keep talking until eventually you get the reality of it. And so it's an easy way to find out who's being fake as fuck with you. It's a good way to actually have people like you more.
Yeah.
Because people like a good listener.
There's
not very many people that are good listeners.
Yeah.
And it also allows you to
when you
learn,
listen to,
you also learn more.
Yeah, that's it. Like that's the big thing. And it's funny because when I was younger, I wasn't that type of person. You know, a lot of the times I want the conversation to be about me, or I want to hit my points across.
Yeah, yeah.
The older that I got and the wiser that I got, I realized that, you know, sometimes you get more out of just listening to somebody else's perspective on something than you trying to dominate or steer your ideologies onto somebody else. And at the end of the day, you can fundamentally disagree. You know, I could argue with you till I'm blue in the face years ago. And I just do it because, well, I didn't want to be the one that would be wrong, or I'm trying to convince you to think of a different way. Now, I don't really care ultimately. If I have a voice, I can get my point across, and I can listen to somebody else. And at the end of the day, if we still don't agree, I can live with that. It doesn't affect me anymore. I don't let it rent space in my head. And I used to think that way all the time. Whether it's arguing with a spouse,
it's difficult
with a friend,
to not
with
be in that situation.
Whatever. You know what I mean? The older you get, you gotta just learn that people aren't gonna think the way you think all the time, right? One of the biggest things for me, one of the biggest life lessons, I guess, that I've learned and that I've practiced for most of my adult life is you're a product of your friends.
Yes.
So,
vice versa.
And vice versa.
You tend to attract people that are similar to you. Sometimes
it's good and bad.
Sometimes bad, and sometimes it's hard to realize that because you might look at your friends and you go, "Why are all my friends being so shitty with me?" And you go,
"Maybe I'm also a product of that." And that was it. Like when I cut out a lot of the friends that I had, I was so much more productive.
Oh yeah.
If you surround yourself with successful people, or not flakes, people that
positive people,
you're just gonna it's gonna rub off on you. It has no choice but to rub off on you. If you surround yourself with negativity, it's gonna seep into
no matter how strong-willed you are.
You might not even know it.
Yeah, it'll
fucking come out.
It'll happen to you.
It'll happen to you. So the biggest thing that I've ever done, and the best decision I've ever made, was cutting out some of those people in my life when I was 19, 20 years old, 21, even when I was 22.
Yeah,
and just getting back to allowing me to be me instead of having people influence me, even when I didn't even think that they were influencing me. When I thought I was the one in control, you don't even realize it until you're downtown every Friday, Saturday night blowing all your money, or you're just not focused on your goals or whatever. You got a friend that wants to skip school. When I was in university, it's like, nah, but I just don't feel like going. Yeah, fuck it. We'll hang out. Whatever. If you surround yourself with like-minded people and you surround yourself with positive people,
makes a big
massive difference, bro.
And that's one of those things your parents would have told you when you're younger, and when you're younger, that doesn't make any sense at all.
No.
And because you think that nobody can convince you, or that it can't passively influence how you think, and then but when you get older, you can not all the time, but you can realize
it. And it's
happening.
Funny too, like when you quote unquote leave those people behind.
Yes,
a lot of them don't change, and you can go back and look. Like I could go back and look at some of the people that I used to do what I used to do with them.
And they're still doing it.
They're doing the exact same thing.
Yes.
And funny enough, they're hanging with the exact same people.
Yes, of course.
And that's just the way it is.
Because you get anywhere you go, you get up in an echo chamber.
Yep.
Your friends become, you tend to spend time with a lot of like-minded people, or you choose who you're going to spend time with in terms of like-mindedness. And you end up, so in their world, they're doing everything's fine.
Yep.
Because everyone else is doing it, and they're feeding off each other, and that's just kind of how it works. There is like anything, there is a point in which that methodology can sometimes
bite you.
Yeah. So that's a culture thing that you'll see on Twitter right now. Fucking every day I turn on my Twitter and somebody's like, I cut out all the toxic people in my life. Or if you've ever thought about, who your real friends are, or if you never said anything to these people, would they come talk to you? And
if you see this tweet, it means you've made the cut.
Yeah, like it's just this endless thing. Yeah. And then, but you have to think for just a hot second, if everyone's saying that shit, like, then who's really
exactly
like everything's a two-way street.
Yeah.
So you have to be mindful that sometimes people will take friends that are being particularly hard on them or whatnot, or being very critical of them. They'll take that as toxicity,
as the enemy,
and then you cut the people that are trying to hold you accountable in a way that would put you in a better direction. You cut them out, and then you keep yourself in with the people that are just, because you're looking for positivity to people is who is just basically sucking my dick.
Yeah. Oh, you're doing great. Keep up the good work, but what are you doing that's great?
But what are you doing?
Yeah. So you got to know the difference between a friend that's willing to say,
yes.
There's been plenty of times where Adam's like, Jeff, bro.
There's plenty of times you said, Adam, bro.
Yeah.
And you have to realize.
And the thing is, you realize it comes from a place of love.
Yes.
It's not like, bro, you're a fuck up.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, okay. Slow up. Take a time out here. A little bit. Slow up and just think about this for a second. I'm telling you, this is my boy. Mm-hmm. This is it. Those are the friends you want.
Yes.
You don't want to just have yes people around you and be like, yes, 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 you're doing great. Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
Because then, nothing's changing. They're just either stroking an ego or trying to say whatever it is that you want to hear. And you hear that a lot. You see that a lot in relationships too.
Yeah.
Where you might have a spouse or a partner or whatever that will just say whatever the fuck
make you happy.
Whatever will make you happy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a facade. It's this fucking smoke screen.
That's a dangerous place to be in.
It feels nice.
Yeah.
You get that validation, but it's you got to be careful. So it's one of those things. It's a fine line to walk.
There is a fine line to walk.
Definitely the people you hang out with, if you're really, really honest about it, and you look around your circle, and if everybody's a fuck boy, chances are you're probably a fuck boy too.
Real good chance.
There's a real good chance. And if you're the only non-fuck boy in there, then
first of all, it's almost like you think about it, like if you can't think of like the one friend in your group that's the asshole, it means you're probably the asshole. It's like that kind of situation, right?
Exactly.
Like, holding yourself accountable is very important, and a lot of people just don't. They take that advice of cut the toxicity out. It's like a fucking fad, like a diet in California. Everyone's doing it right now, except they take it and then they do like the opposite. It was like people like, I'm sorry, California, like avocado. It's like it's the healthiest food in the world, and then people are eating like 5 avocado a day, and they're like, oh wait, this is like the fats in this are healthy, but they're still fats. Maybe we shouldn't be eating 5 of these fuckers a day.
Yep. Let's cut that back.
So, they're healthy. You want to introduce them into your diet.
Yeah.
Real good.
Yeah. Strawberries are real good, too. You want to eat 5 bags of them a day?
You got to use them properly. So, take the advice of cutting the toxicity out, but you got to do it properly.
Yes.
You got to look at that a little bit. You don't just do that shit willy-nilly.
Yeah.
You fucking be careful what you're doing. If you will ask, if you ever opened a restaurant, what kind of cuisine would you serve? What's the Maximus Black restaurant cuisine?
Like a restaurant. I would go with...
like a pub or whatever it is that you would want to have, but what kind of food would you serve?
Honestly, man, for me, I would go with just really good finger food, like bar food. I'd like a sports bar with just your really good nachos, fucking chicken wings.
Delicious.
Finger food that people can go to and just order on a whim, share it, be social.
Yes.
It's not going to cost an arm and a leg.
Yes.
Good atmosphere, good beers, and that would be it for me.
Yeah.
I couldn't ask for a better, because I want to have a good time.
That's it.
That's it. I just want to have a good time.
I would be similar, but you know, if I'm being real honest with myself, I'm doing a burger joint, bro.
You are definitely a burger guy.
I'm a burger guy.
You're definitely a burger guy.
I'm a fucking burger guy. And there are a lot of places that do the burger joint, and they overcomplicate the fucking hamburger. You start getting 7, 8 ingredients on a hamburger.
It's too much.
You fucked up.
Yeah, it's too much.
You to back that up a bit. Yeah. Odds are, if you're putting that many ingredients on your burger, it means that your burger is shit. And you're just covering up the fact that your burger
is shit. Yeah.
So
you're eating toppings.
You're eating toppings, basically, and then it just so happens to be beef in there somewhere.
Yeah.
So I would go, you know, burger joint, but again, like a pubby type deal would be the way to go, right? For sure. I think that would be fun. Just focus on burgers with fun sides.
Yep.
You know, the burgers are really good. Have some good sides. Call it a fucking day.
Boom.
But that's because I could eat a burger pretty much every day of the week, and if it wasn't going to put me in an early grave, I'd probably be doing it.
Five Guys opened up here, and I still have not gone yet.
Some of M's friends went on the opening day, and they all enjoyed themselves.
Nice
there, but I'm sure it's pretty good.
Cool.
It's into that very swanky spot now. That's Argyle, isn't it?
Argyle, yeah.
They're turning Argyle into like the real fancy. And then they've got like that section that's got, for whatever reason, with the Trade Center, they've got like 1,000 TVs hanging outside. I still don't know why they did that. I'm waiting for how many of them get broken.
Yep. This is a great way to just burn tax dollars.
That's true. We are good at that here. My God, are we good?
Probably the best in Canada.
Let's see. Mark Furry asks, if the unenthusiastic handjob is the bottom of the figurative sex barrel, what's the next level up? What's at the top? So what's just above an unenthusiastic handjob, and then what is the absolute peak of the best of the best of the best?
All right, so okay,
let's start with what's just above an unenthusiastic handjob.
I would say, I mean, a bad BJ. I mean, is it like, you know?
Yeah.
Like
unenthusiastic BJ.
Unenthusiastic BJ.
The key word here is the unenthusiastic.
The unenthusiastic. So the BJ were
a bad BJ is almost always better than a bad hand job.
Oh, of course.
So that's where it gets a little bit ahead.
It's basically like a girl. It's basically like the chick just really not wanting to suck the D, but she's got to kind of have to if she wants the shit to work.
Yeah.
So she's just down there, and she's down there quick. She just, as soon as the thing is up, she's out.
Get out of there.
Yeah.
In and out.
So I'd say that's the...
Also, no pun intended.
So I'd say that's
what's the tip of the top?
The very tip top?
What's the tip top?
A really good BJ.
Yeah.
One where there is some shit going down. You know? Balls are being sucked.
Yeah,
shit's getting spit on.
Nothing's
looking at you in the eyes.
Getting ignored.
Fucking, you know, doing all kinds of shit, bro. Like, I want to see drool and everything, bro. I'm telling you. Hey, you asked me the question. I'm telling you.
Okay.
I want to be very.
You saying you want the girl to look like she went to war when she comes out of that thing?
Yes, I want it to make it look like she is earning the money shot. I want it to, and she's excited to get it. That's the one. That's the one. The one where she is struggling with it, bro. Where it's like she's getting it in an extra half inch more than normal, that you're feeling back a throat.
You're getting the
but she's doing it for you.
Yes.
She stuck it at one level.
I think we just found the key in this whole thing.
Yeah.
Is if unenthusiasm puts everything at the bottom,
yes,
enthusiasm places it
boom
at the top.
At the top.
That's the key. So whatever it is that you like in the bedroom, with enthusiasm is going to be the top.
Amen.
So for Jeff, you want to go to war.
Yes, go to war with it.
Go to war.
Go to war with it.
And so that's, I don't know if I need to go to war, but anything with enthusiasm is instantly just...
Oh, instantly.
It makes it 1,000 times.
And here's the thing, ladies. Better. If you want to know a secret, if you're enthusiastic, and say you're like, you know what, I'm kind of tired. I don't want to suck the dick, but I want to get I want to get laid tonight.
Yeah.
Even if you just act like you're having a good time, you're going to get better results.
Yes.
We're going to be like that pretty quick.
Yes. Yes.
You know, everything is better. Everything is better when you're enthusiastic about it.
That's just it.
When a woman wants and is eager to please her man,
yes,
there is nothing more animalistically appetizing as a man to have his woman.
This is the argument that I have. Like, you can have, I mean, sex is like pizza. You can have bad sex, it's still sex.
Exactly.
You get bad pizza, it's still pizza.
It's still pizza.
You're getting pizza. So it's, you know,
at
you're
least the crust will be good.
You're all right. Often the bad pizza, the crust is probably the worst part of it.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. But this would be my argument for, if you're going to, like, you can have casual sex. You can just do a bunch of one-night stands. You're just having sex 99% of the time.
Yes.
It's good. It's just sex.
That's it.
When you get into a relationship with somebody and you're both on the same page, that enthusiasm, it's a different type of enthusiasm. It's not that I just need to get my rocks off enthusiasm.
Yeah.
It's a different
and a honeymoon phase one too.
That changes,
where shit is like new and fresh.
That changes the game, bro.
And y'all experience each other for the first time. Like, you guys are slowly letting each other know like what kind of kinky shit you like.
Changes the game.
Where she's like, you know what, put that in my ass. And you're like, whoa, okay. You know?
All right, well, maybe not, but
all right, well, hey, you know what? Put a pinky in my ass.
There you go.
All right,
start there.
Eat my ass. Eat my ass. Can I say that? Is it? Hey, are we there yet? You know what? Listen,
are we at that point yet?
We've been having sex now for a hot minute.
Eat my ass. You know what?
You're doing some normal shit. You're down there licking some box.
It's great.
And she goes, you know what? Fucking eat my ass.
Yes, I showered.
Fuck yeah. If you want me to eat your ass, I'll eat your ass. Just tell me to do it.
Yes.
Tell me to eat your ass. Well, I didn't hear you. Speak louder. Okay, I'm in.
Literally.
I'm in.
Enthusiasm is the key word.
You see how enthusiastic I was about that?
Unenthusiasm puts you on one end of the barrel.
Yup.
Enthusiasm?
Yes.
Other end.
Yes.
And it doesn't really matter what it is. The enthusiasm is the key. If you know that if you see that they're enjoying it, makes it that's what gets you there.
That's it.
Otherwise, it's just like, what are we here for?
That's it, bro. My wife and I. I'm gonna share this. I'm gonna share this.
Okay. All right.
So when my wife went off the birth control, all right, and Kayla had baby fever.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you this. You're going to experience this one day.
Oh, dude, I'm 30. Even though we only just started dating, it doesn't matter. Every girl in this age is at least the seed.
It has to be, bro.
Unless they've already decided that they're not having kids at this age, the seed is there.
Oh, it's been,
biologically they're thinking about it.
Well, they have to
right now.
They have to think about it.
Yes.
So, when you get to that stage,
yes,
the woman is going to do things. Because she's on a mission. We're talking about being enthusiastic.
Dialed in.
Bro, we're talking like, it's all they're going to think about is getting pregnant. And you know how they get pregnant? By fucking. And I'm telling you right now.
Enthusiastically.
Oh, bro. I'm telling you right now. I've been with my wife for 11 years or whatever. It's been fucking a long time.
But maybe don't say whatever. Just stick with a while.
It's been
if you don't know the exact time.
I don't know the exact time.
Just stay.
All right. I was like
fucking
fucking 18, 19 years old. I'm 32.
It's been a hot minute.
It's been a fucking long time.
Yeah.
All right. Only woman I've been with since then. I've put my fucking right hand to it. I've been in the same vagina for however long it's been. And I'm telling you right now, when she was in baby mode, it unlocked a new vagina. It unlocked. It was almost like
a bonus stage.
It was almost like I was having an affair. It was so different. Bro, I remember there was one night in particular where we fucked. And I mean, I'm telling you right now, bro, it was so crazy. When I nutted, I knew.
You knew it was over.
I knew. I swear to God. I swear to fucking God.
You knew.
I knew that she was pregnant. I fucking... Dude, there's got to be other people... There's got to be other people out there that have experienced this. You know exactly what nut it was.
Yes. Pinpoint.
You know exactly what nut it was. I'm telling you. I guarantee there's people in this chat listening right now.
That has experienced that exact thing.
That when you're trying to have a kid, or when you know shit that there's a possibility, bro, you know the nut.
That's a whole different level of post-nut clarity.
I'm telling you, I swear to God, there's got to be some kind of biological, like, connection that happens between two people.
Yes.
When you know that a seed has been planted, it's almost like the universe connects you in a way that, like, and the nut is so, dude, I'm telling you, the nut is so, like, nutty.
It's just fucking hilarious. It's like some existential shit. And
Dude,
then and then you throw in the word nut, and it's just like it just changes.
I'm telling you, there's gotta be something with it that even us humans can't even comprehend what happens there.
The next level nuttery.
Bro, it happened. So, bro, I'm telling you, one day we're going to have the same conversation, and you're going to look at me on the podcast,
know the nut.
and you're going to say, bro, I had that nut. And I guarantee it, within 3 weeks,
you're going to know.
It's going to be like, fuck, I'm having a kid. I'm telling you. People know. The Existential Nut.
God.
It's the name of the podcast right there.
Existential.
That's it. Y'all know what's up.
You know the nut.
Everybody knows it.
And if you don't know, now you know. Henry asks, how's Adam Books coming? Haven't had that existential nut yet. Captain asks, get any funny stories from when you were learning to drive? I don't have any crazy funny stories when I was learning to drive. I only had one close call. It was when I was making like one of my first turns on to a road, and I made a wide turn, so I almost got into the other lane, and there was traffic coming, and so Mom just about died.
I did the same thing
because you don't know where the front of your car is yet, right?
Yeah.
So you're slowly turning. You're not.
Well, my problem was I was in my mom's old big fucking green. Was it Grand Am?
Yeah, I was in the LHS,
and we were taking a left turn. So it was wide open, so there was no cars on each side. I was a bit nervous. And I take the left, but what I do is I had my hands on the 10 and 2, and I just turn like this.
Oh, so it's like a super slow, wide turn?
Yeah, so I just turned like this, and I kept the gas going, but I didn't do the turnover where I'm still cutting the wheels so that it's hard, like the cut is hard enough to get on the lane.
Onto the lane,
so instead, I went off the road.
You're on the shoulder or whatever.
And on the shoulder and almost in the ditch because I went over so much. Because it was almost like, once I did that, it was almost like I didn't think that I could go even more. Like
I didn't think that you needed to.
I didn't need to. And that was like that. And then my mom was like, no, you gotta keep cranking it. And that was when that was like one of the first like left turns that I took after I got, out on the big, and it was a big car too, right? So it's different than driving like a little Honda Civic or something.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. I mean, you're not used to spatially like the size of the car. Like when I was learning in the Chrysler LHS, which is literally a fucking boat.
It's a boat, yeah.
And it was the same thing. Like I had no idea where the front of my car was. I was making a right turn, so when I went into the other lane, the traffic is coming. People were laying on the horn, and Mom was like, "Well, we almost died, but that's okay." We're learning. That's fine. So
in public traffic,
and other than that, it was when I was in driving school, and we were on Connaught, which is kind of like a boulevard, is what you'd call it. And I had a complete memory lapse, or like a complete brain lapse. I just fucking brain fart. When I went to turn left, I just turned left into like the left hand side of the boulevard. There was no traffic coming, but he obviously was like, well, fucking whoa, we had to reverse back out because I was driving into oncoming traffic because it was a boulevard. And so like when I saw it, and I had never come at, I'd only ever, when I was in the car with my parents, we'd only ever driven on Connaught. We had never actually turned onto.
Yep.
So before then, in Halifax, we don't have boulevards here. That's pretty much the only one in the city.
Yeah.
And so I had never experienced turning onto one before, so my brain was just.
You're like,
and then thank God no cars were coming.
Good,
but we had to back the fuck up because I was going to drive into oncoming traffic.
Great.
So there was that, and then the only thing is not for me, but when I was trying to teach Natalie how to drive, because I don't think she has her license yet. She still to this day, but I took her out to, I don't have to say street names, it was the avenues. And to drive there, because it's like, no, you can't fuck that up. And, you know, things were going kind of, you know, pretty well. She's got comfortable with, you know, gas and brake and you know, how much you have to give the gas to get up to speed and holding, you know, speed or whatever. I was like, all right, it's time to, let's just go out and make it out onto the main road and then come back into the, and kind of do like an S through the avenues or whatever. Okay, as we get out, she's freaking out. There's no cars coming in either direction. We made sure of that because she was still very nervous. No cars in either direction. I was like, all right, this is a good time. So we make the turn. So she gets out. Things are fine. We're on the road. It's like, all right, this is good. This is good. Now let's turn back into the next street. And she's like, okay. She starts making the turn, and she did the exact same. The hand over hand thing fucked with her. She did the exact same thing you did. And when she saw that she was turning too wide, and she was going towards the shoulder of the road and towards the ditch, she freaked out. And she freaked out, and she hit the gas instead of the brake because her foot's already on the gas, right? So she lays it into the gas. And I'm sitting in the passenger seat, and there's a stop sign, and then there's the ditch. And on my mind, I was like, okay.
Here we go.
In a split second, I was like, all right, two things need to happen here. We don't want to hit that stop sign because I don't want to pay to have my car repaired. We need to get into the ditch as easily as humanly possible. So I told her, I was like, you know, get on the brake. And she eventually did, but she gunned it. So like we really lurched forward. Like we were doing like 50 into this road. And I reached over with my left hand, and she had both hands because she was freaking out.
Oh yeah,
she locked up,
white knuckled it.
And so I was just everything I could. I was like, ah!
You were doing a Captain America with the
America,
fucking.
Like, ah! I was like, please don't hit this fucking sign. And I got it, and she finally got on the brake, and I turned it so that we didn't go directly down in. We kind of like went on this nice smooth angle, but we went into the ditch the whole way in and stopped. And we're sitting like on this fucking steep angle, and I was like,
okay.
okay. And I put it in park, and I put the e-brake on him. I don't know. Neither of those things did anything because we're in the fucking ditch. I was like, okay, all right. So we're fine. I was trying to get her to calm down.
Yeah,
she
we're
was freaking the fuck out.
Yeah,
I was like,
we're
fine. The car's fine.
Yeah.
We're in a ditch, but that's fine because we didn't hit anything. We didn't bottom out. It's fine. She was freaking the fuck right out, and I had to call up tow truck, tow us out. And that was, she didn't drive again. I don't think she drove for like 4 years after that.
No wonder she
freaked the fuck out. But there was no cars in any direction. There was nothing. Everything she had exhibited up to that point, we'd already made turns. I was like, this is fine. So we were just going to do that, but it was just enough. You see that main road when you're first learning to drive, and you just freak.
Oh yeah, because it's real then. You're like, oh fuck, I'm on the road.
I'm on the road now.
Oh, this is real.
And so she just blanked, white knuckled, and it took all of my strength to fucking pull that out. We missed the stop sign by like 3 inches, and we just coasted into the ditch.
There you go. Could have been worse. There you go.
It was the comedy of the angle we were sitting on. Like I was like, the seatbelt was like digging into my hip, and we we're just on this crazy like 35-degree angle, and I felt like I was falling out of the car, and I was like, it's okay, we're fine.
Yeah, we're okay.
It's okay.
We're okay. You did
and then
great.
trying to get out of the car was also pretty fucking fun because he was like climbing up a fucking hill inside the car. It was a bit of a mess, but yeah, it was pretty fun. How old? Oh, she was in her 20s at the time. My God, she would have been probably 23. But yeah, there you go.
There it is.
Technical Alpha Podcast. We got to head out of here because Jeff's going to get back to work in the world of RP, I think, is coming up tonight. So you look forward to that. Hit the follow button here on Twitch if you haven't already. Once again, head on over to patreon.com/lagtv to join in and get in on that action. And then youtube.com/lifesaglitchtv and Life's a Glitch TV 2, the two channels to keep up with us until we see you guys next week. Peace.